development. I generally don't tell that, but it is all about web app development. So web development is quite old, means you won't reach anywhere if you do web development. It is web app development which will give you a job, which will change your future and all. So first, as I've told, we will learn about HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. But first half an hour, we are going to learn about the three secrets by which you can get into web app development to get a job. Because most of you who are coming are from some non-IT background. A lot of people are there, and for some of you, it will be the first time you're doing this web development. So welcome here. So yeah, I'll teach from the exact beginning whatever you wanted to learn is HTML, CSS, JavaScript. HTML will be taught completely. HTML will be taught completely, but CSS and JavaScript will touch the surface, especially JavaScript, because 3 hours is not enough. If I will tell you, 3 hours is not enough to tell everything. Means like it is 1 hour is enough to teach HTML, but and the next 2 hours is not enough to teach your CSS and JavaScript. So to what to do then? So will I charge? I do have paid courses, but I don't charge on YouTube because I have complete. I'm not like that. I will give you half thing and all. No, it is not like that. If you want to learn everything for free, I have everything for free also. So after this, what? After this, you go through my CSS workshop. CSS, it's a 5 day workshop, live workshop on YouTube, and it's a 5 hours thing. But it is not on this time. It is on weekdays, and that is on 8:30 p.m. IST to 9:30 p.m. IST. Every first week of the month, I have the CSS workshop, so it's only happens once, and all the recording goes to my YouTube channel. If you're new to this YouTube channel, go around it, and you see that every month I have this CSS workshop. Every month, detailed CSS workshop. Everything I teach means from the starting, from the exact starting, from the exact starting and Flexbox, Grid, everything I teach in that workshop. And one more thing, whatever I teach here, it is not a bit different than whatever I teach in my charged workshop. What is the difference? The charged workshops are like 2 month long workshop in which you get mentorship also, job guarantee also. A lot of other things are also there, but the course is exactly the same which I teach here. You can hear from any of my students from that. The course is exactly the same. Maybe the pace will be a bit faster, and that is actually a 2 month long thing, and maybe a bit faster in my workshop, but exactly the content is exactly the same. Most of the things are same. And if you want to know about means what to do, that is also guided, because it is not like people have become web app developer from my paid workshop. Yeah, everybody become. It is now, it is like almost everybody who attends, they become, because I don't only teach just this HTML, CSS, jobs. I teach how to apply. I teach how to market yourself. See, and a lot of people who are following you on YouTube, they have also got jobs in startups. So how to market them? So all the people who does, they do a lot of old kind of stuff like this, going to naukri.com and all those things. They're quite old kind of stuff. You don't get job using all those things. So they were done 10 years back, not now. How I can tell this? I have 16 years of experience in IT. So 6 months back only I become a full-time trainer, because that before that I was working as an architect. Okay, so let me yeah, this course is providing certification also, and but attendance will be taking 2 time. Okay, okay, and I will tell about that also. Attendance will be taken 2 times, and I think because we don't take attendance 1 time, it is a 2 time we take attendance. Okay, not 1 time, 2 times we take attendance, and then you get the certificate. Okay, so both of the attendance forms you have to fill, and they will be through Google form. I will show the forms also, because a lot of people will come back after this and they will tell that they have not seen the form and all. So those things will be there, but we generally don't give anybody who says that they were not able to fill the form, some electricity has gone away. So those things we have heard a lot of times, that suddenly electricity goes away, suddenly this thing happens, that thing happen. And after people sees we giving form on either on LinkedIn or either on WhatsApp, everybody started coming that I have also attended. It is not like that. Not everybody attended. Okay, so how many people generally attend? Okay, one sec. How many people are right now? Just now, right now, also there are around 17 people only attending. Okay, so that is like that. Okay, so as I've told, we are going to take 2 time attendance. Okay, one attendance will be taken at around 3:30, and one attendance towards the end of the class at around 5:30, 5:45. So at around that time, the second attendance will be taken. Okay, one sec. So Let me also share my screen now. Okay. Okay. Good afternoon. And what is this attendance? Okay. So okay, this is only open. Okay, let it be open. So this is like the attendance form. Okay, this is like attendance form which you have to fill, like email address, name. Please give the right name because your certificate will come to your email ID. Both of them should be very much important. So both of them are very much important. Email should be correct and name should be correct. The certificate will come with that name, and email should be valid, or else how you'll get the certificate. And then you fill this thing, and then your LinkedIn profile. So why your LinkedIn profile? Okay, so, and if you don't have LinkedIn profile, don't fill it, but you'll be on a loss if you don't fill your LinkedIn profile. So how, which type of LinkedIn profile you have to fill? You have to fill LinkedIn profile. Okay, I have seen a lot of people, they just give their name, they just, it will be shared on the live chat. Form will be shared on the live chat only. Okay, form right now not on this live chat only. Form will be shared on this live chat only, not right now, later on. So it is not like right now it will be shared, it will be shared later on. As I've told, around 3:30 p.m. Around 3:30 p.m. it will be shared, but only here, nowhere else. It will not be shared on a YouTube group. It will not be shared on Facebook. It will not be shared on LinkedIn. It will not be shared on any other. Because right now I am live on other platform also, but only on the YouTube live chat it will be shared. YouTube live chat. So if you are from some other platform, please do come to this YouTube channel and please do sit here. Again, last thing which I was telling, you have to fill your LinkedIn profile. So you have to fill your LinkedIn profile like something like this. So when you go here, you get the profile you have, and you have to fill that profile. See, some people just give their name. If you're very much popular, like maybe like me, then you can give a LinkedIn profile. So then you can give. See, I have around, means it is only the followers. I have around 19,610 connections. That is a lot. That is a lot. It took a lot of time to have this much connection. Those who don't know, LinkedIn is one of the top platforms to get the job, and 30,000 is the connection limit. So I am only 10,000 behind the connection limit, and this is a lot. I have done a lot of hard work to get here to this 19,000 people, and that is that it took around 3 to 4 years to reach here, and with the hard work only have reached here. So I have, so a little about me now, because I've told you have to fill this thing. A little about me, you can see I have written a lot of technical books. They have been published by top publisher. If you go to amazon.com also, and let me go to amazon.com, so you can find them there also. Okay, so it is like okay, it is like GATSVY. Yeah, it's be okay. It is selling this thing. Okay, it is not like this. Okay, and there is a better way to go. Sometimes it is not like this. Okay, so you can go and see all these things are on from Amazon.in only. So I have all these books on Amazon also, and all of my books are quite costly and all. So all of this my books are there on Amazon. So this is like that. It started like that only, but I teach also. So this is there. I am a writer also. So besides this, what about me? So a lot of people know I have might have gone through this. I have around 16 years of IT experience. Worked on almost all big companies, from IBM to Oracle to JP Morgan. JP Morgan is the biggest bank which runs actually US. And this was my last job, which was I had worked around 2.5 years. It's a product-based company based in Bangalore. So my last job was in Bangalore, and I was an associate architect. The associate architect, those who don't know, it is not like the architect who prepare your home and all those things. No. If someone have watched the movie Matrix, I don't know how many people, because most of you are new people here. In that, Neo meets someone known as the architect. He was the guy. Matrix is a complete program, so he was the guy who created the whole of the Matrix. So I was that kind of architect. Architect are the people who are not exactly programmers, but to lead a programming kind of team, but they can understand every bit and byte of the program. So I was leading a team of 10 front-end developers there, and we had created quite amazing. I have created quite amazing projects in my time as in the corporate, and it was a completely technical role. I have never done managerial roles. Okay, so it is all completely technical roles. I've done team lead and all, because coding is my passion. So that is there, and as I've told, I have worked in almost all companies. So that is that. After that, in September, I decided to take my passion full time, and I become a trainer, corporate trainer. I have my own company. I teach in the corporate. I have my own batches, and on the top of it, I teach full time at YouTube also. Means YouTube in the sense, I teach in a way that you don't have to go to somewhere else. Means if you want to learn from my YouTube, you can learn. If you can become something, if you want to become something, you can become something. There are a lot of people who have become means completely like they have become from a YouTube only. They have not taken anything else of mine. Also means there are a lot of people like that. Okay, so maybe one of my student, he was like, he just pinged me on WhatsApp. I'm a lot on WhatsApp also. So he told that he got a job as a month stack developer in a company, startup company. And the best thing about this person was actually he's from a mechanical background. Those who don't know, mechanical people don't even touch the computer, just like we computer people touch the computer. So they don't know those things. And this guy had worked from totally ground up. Means he had worked from, he had been connected with me, and he's not one of my from my paid workshop. Okay, he's from just my YouTube. He understood what to do. He did whatever I suggested him. So a lot of people are there who do whatever I suggested. And you can chat with me on WhatsApp, because most of you might be from a WhatsApp group. If you're not from a WhatsApp group, Abdul is the admin or moderator. So he will give you the WhatsApp group link, and you all can go there, and I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. Because I used to do one-to-ones. Nowadays I'm very much busy with my corporate batches, with my other batches, with my YouTube. The company is growing at a very fast rate. So the thing is that I will answer on WhatsApp, but I cannot do a one-to-one anymore. I used to do a lot of one-to-one, but I have on a Friday, I do a career counseling on my YouTube only for half an hour to 1 hour. So do come there, because I had done a very good one yesterday only. So do come there if you have to ask any question. Or if you want, I can give you some very good playlist. If you can follow that playlist for 6 months also, you'll become a web app developer. Nobody can stop it. This guy learned completely on my own. So you can be the 𝐏𝐴𝐵𝐻 also, and I am not going to ask you for a thumb. You can be the 𝐏𝐴𝐵𝐻 also. And this guy, I have not personally mentored him and all, but this guy have just believed in me, just believed the things which I have shown, which I've told to him, and he just got a job. For a mechanical engineer to get into an IT is not an easy feat to achieve. It's a very difficult thing to achieve. Okay, so this guy had become, so that is like that. Okay, so that is about him, and this is about me. And full-time trainer. I'm just now, I'm based on my hometown of Bhopal. So, and soon maybe I'm going to start. A lot of people are asking for physical batch. Also, maybe I will announce that soon. Also, or some physical batch also I'm starting. And this is about my company, that TWD, fully registered company. Already have one employee, and one more is getting one employee, one full-time employee, one part-time employee, and again one more full-time employee is going to be happening. Totally, we are in the startup mode and all these things, and you will get something like this. Okay, so I was asking you all people to give your LinkedIn profile, because what happens on LinkedIn, whenever you give you will get a certificate like this anyways. Whenever you give your LinkedIn profile, see, there were 48 people who attended the previous workshop and got the certificate on 19 March. And but I have not tagged 48 people. You know why? Because most of them have not filled their LinkedIn profile. They don't, half of them don't even have the LinkedIn profile. So what is the benefit if I do something like this? So I just tag them. This is how tagging them. So most of you might be from Facebook, you are Facebook or somewhere. You might know what is tagging. So I have tagged them. Tag them. So what happened when I tag them? Magic happens, because it reaches to this many people. It reaches to this many people, 19,610 people. Trust me, it has got not only just students and all those things. I mean, connected to almost all the very big startups, and everybody follows my profile and all those things. Because when you have this many connections, people do follow you. And I have startups people following me. I have HRs following me. I have CEOs following me. I have people from Google following me. People from Microsoft following me. People from everywhere following me, because this Google and Microsoft has been good, because I was once given the opportunity to have Google people have called me for interview, as simple as that. It is not easy feat to even get a Google interview. Microsoft people had called me a lot of time, but I wanted to be a teacher, so I had become Uber. I have given interview, all those things I have given, but I don't wanted to go there, so I have never gone there. but I'm on their radar. Always I am on their radar. So that means that a lot of people from Google, Microsoft, and all those things, they're following me. And Microsoft keeps on giving me a lot of free stuff and all also. So that is there. So those things are there. So if I tag you, you're definitely going to get some result. So that is for sure. Okay, and that is there. So let us understand one more thing. So as I've told you all, so what is, there are actually three ways. So how did that mechanical guy just become a engineer? How does this mechanical guy get into a software industry? How the heck that happened? It is not possible in normal circumstance. It is not possible. You are mechanical engineer. TCS and Infosys will not even touch you. If you are a BCom graduate, TCS and Infosys will not touch you. They can touch you, but they will give you some idiotic kind of a job. Because I know people from BCom graduate and all, they work as an office staff and all those things. They will give you those kind of job. Nobody will give you a software developer job. So TCS Infosys will not give you. In today also, this mechanical guy, it will be very difficult for him to right now get into TCS Infosys. After 2 years, he can get into. But right now, he won't get into TCS Infosys. TCS Infosys don't touch us, mechanical engineers. Sorry, they don't touch us. Then who touches? Startup touches. And it's a blessing. It's a blessing in disguise that TCS Infosys doesn't touch us. When you go to TCS Infosys, you know how much they pay. They pay 15,000 rupees. They pay 20,000 rupees only. And they have a 2 years bond. You cannot get out of that company. You have to do whatever they tell you to do. But when you work for a startup, maybe this guy, you might have seen that thing. This guy was also earning only 15,000. But he's learning. He's working in a startup. He's going to build a cool tech from ground up. And in 1 year, he will get a 10 lakh package. This is how industry works. In 1 year, he will get a 10 lakh package. And a TCS guy will get 3 lakh package only in 1 year time. That much only he will get. 3 lakh and 10 lakh. That is the difference. And so how to do this? What is the secret of all these things? Okay. So there are actually three secrets to get into development and get into this high paying like career. So those three secrets are: first, to do networking, then is reaction, then is challenge. Networking means what? What networking you have to do? Is this some network marketing class? Is this some Amway? I'm telling Amway. No, it is no Amway. I'm telling you. Networking means you have to do LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Okay. So why the hell I will do Facebook? Facebook, you go and see the dances. Instagram, you see all these actresses dancing. Why I'm telling you to go to Instagram and see the actresses dancing and all those things? No, I'm not telling you to do that. Go to Instagram, follow the developers. Go to Facebook groups. Join the groups like React.js developer group, web development developer group, all those things. See, you can use all the social network to your benefit or harming you also. You can just feed through them, go through them continuously, watching those girls and all those things. You can do all those things, but you can make benefit of it also. You can go and follow some developer also. There is a guy. Okay, so let me not tell about myself. Okay, so go to Instagram and see my feed is all clean. See how clean it. If you go to Instagram and do something clean, you will get all the things like this. Instagram will tell you all these cool things. Okay, digital marketing also I see. So Instagram will send you all this cool thing. It will not send you some rubbish thing. I know how rubbish Instagram can say. Follow this guy. See, it's not always on me. You have to follow some good guy. Follow this guy. This guy is like crazy. Tarne Pratap. You follow this guy. Tarne Pratap. So follow guys like this. This guy have also left actually Microsoft and he has started his own workshop. Follow this guy. Ex Microsoft. He has got this many followers. Follow people like him on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. Not some other people. Follow him. So this is the people who can take you from zero to hero. Okay, follow these people. Instagram is for that. Follow on Twitter. But the main thing is not Instagram, Twitter, and all. Twitter is very important if you are based in USA. We are not based in USA. We are in India, and India LinkedIn is very much popular. USA, if you were there, I would have told you to build your Twitter for profile. But we are in India, so I'm telling you to build your LinkedIn profile. Why? Because LinkedIn have got the most professional people. So in Facebook you might have some rubbish kind of photo, but Instagram, LinkedIn is only for your professional network. Everybody has a good picture and all those things. Professional people are there. You don't do much of crazy stuff on LinkedIn, although people can do a lot of crazy stuff on Instagram and Facebook. I've seen those things, but in LinkedIn nobody does that, because if you do some crazy thing on LinkedIn, it will harm your profile only. because nowadays companies don't go to naukri.com or all those things. They come to LinkedIn to see your profile, what you have built. They see your GitHub profile also, how many projects you have done. So that is how you get a job in a startup. You don't get a job in a startup by giving some interviews and all. See, people, one of my student, his name is one of my paid student. His name is Moin Khan. He's from my weekend bootcamp, and my weekend bootcamp actually today my weekend bootcamp ended today, and actually he got a job even before this bootcamp ended. His job. See, he's student at integrated training by TWD, my company. I conducted with some other company also. So he's written student, but he actually got a job 1 month back because he's too busy with his job. Mine is a 2 month workshop, is my paid workshop, and he got a job even before it ended. He got a job means he might have posted like this. So see this. Here I have successfully worked with JMD and Analytics. I am starting a new position in JMD Analytics, intern for the 3 months. So even before he ended our course, he became why? Because he's doing something. Everyone, my students or you're from my YouTube or anything, I tell all of you to code in public. Code in public. There is a word known as code in public. If you code in public, there is no one in this world who will not give you a job. This guy, all of my students have to mandatory code in public, because when I do mentor them, I'm after them to code in public, and they code in public and they tag me. So I'm very busy. So when someone tag me, I get this notification and all, and I do something like this back. So they're all doing these projects and putting it on LinkedIn and tagging me. So if you are attending this workshop, please do this thing and don't put some hazy videos. Use something good like maybe something like this. I have much better things, but because in Mac it is much more easier. So this Screenify or something, yeah, this is a very good thing. So do something like this, some Chrome thing, and then take it. Okay. So that is this thing, and this guy had posted a lot means, and some startup person from, actually he called me. So this GMD Analytics, they called me, and they directly on the place, they didn't ask them, literally didn't ask them anything, no interview, literally no interview, saw his projects and hired him. This is how nowadays hiring work. If you have done so much project, nobody is going to ask you anything. Maybe they will give you a take home assignment, and they hired him as an intern, and he's soon going to get a full-time role, and it's a completely remote job. He's from a very small place in Madhya Pradesh. He's from a very small place known as Ratlam. You might have not even heard about it. He's from that place, and he's got his job in a Mumbai company in Mumbai. He has the option to go to work from his home also. So those kind of things are there. If you know React, if you can tell me also. If you know React, you can tell me. I will give you a job. There's so much demand for React and all. So that is there. You have to code in public. This is the thing which you have to do. And and what else we need to do? What else? So the data is coding is public. How you can code in public? Okay, you can code in public only if you code 2 hours a day. You have to go 2 hours a day. Put aside 2 hours. If you are working, then wake up early and go to, because one of the person who is he's from a lecturer in a college. So he also want to be one of my student, because he has got 20 years experience as a college in a engineering college. And you know how much he get paid? He get 15,000 rupees only. So this is how much people pay. Like, I didn't knew this thing. I came to know from him. 15,000 per month after 20 years of working in a college as a lecturer. He is getting. See, he also wanted to become, but he was telling me that I don't get any time. So I told him, because he have to work 9 to 6. I'm 9 to 6 Monday to Saturday. So I told him, wake up in the morning and do these things. So I generally have my paid workshop in the night, so that all people like him can join. But then he said, when I will practice, I said, wake up in the morning and practice. So you have to put your hours somewhere you have to put your hours. If you don't have those 2 hours, yeah, we all have 24 hours in your time. Sleep less, sleep 4 hours. If you want to change your career, if you want to change your condition, you're working somewhere, but you're, maybe a lot of people come to me that I'm working in a bank, sir, I'm working in a dead end job in bank, I don't have time to code. So you have to create those time. Even if you work 16 hours a day, you have to create those time. Okay, I don't tell much about myself, but I was stuck in a support job for a long time, and I used to code daily 2 hours. At that time, I was in no connection with coding and all, because that is something from for some other time. But it was like that. So, and then you have to do some challenges. You can do 100 days of code challenges also. or 100 days of project challenges. Also, these are very good challenges. This is one of the toughest challenge on this planet, 100 days of code. In that, you have to continuous code for 100 days, and you have to post it on this Twitter link. And if you post it on this Twitter link and you complete this channel, there are very big companies in this world, especially in the US, because everybody work for the US only, and they would come and take your interview. They took my interview also, because I also completed this thing just to show everything, show my student that it is possible. So now what to learn? So there are a lot of things to learn. A lot of people come to me and they ask me, so I should learn Python, I should learn C++, I should learn what I should learn, what is in demand, and what will be in demand right now, and what is in demand for the next 10 years. So I tell him, don't go to all these things. Neither Python have job, C, C++ are dinosaur languages. I don't know why do colleges teach them. There's no job in that C, C++. There is no job in Java also, because Java is quite old and a lot of people are there in Java. There's no job there. You only have to learn these things: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and with JavaScript also you have to learn React. So what is this HTML, CSS? Everybody knows HTML, CSS. We are going to soon start HTML. In the next 5 minutes we are going to start HTML. And HTML is to use to give this websites a layout and all. CSS is used to for making this website very, very beautiful. Okay, very beautiful. And JavaScript is used to give all this functionality. What functionality? See, I just click this thing. I click this thing and this got opened. I click this thing, this got open. This is coming from JavaScript. This is coming from JavaScript. This tab I'm clicking, it is going there. This all functionalities are coming from JavaScript. And this React also you have to learn, because what happens, React is a JavaScript library. Only these four things you have to learn. You have to learn nothing else like Python and all those things you don't have to learn. Only these four things you have to learn. And okay, so thanks. So why these things and what is this all about? So this is all about creating web apps. So I'm here to teach you become a web app developer, not a website developer. So what is the difference between a website developer and a web app developer? See, websites are this small website. These are nowadays not even made in HTML and CSS. A lot of you might have heard something known as WordPress. A lot of you might have heard something like WordPress. So what is this WordPress? WordPress is like just a templating thing. You put something and a website is done. Most of the small websites nowadays are made with WordPress. A bit of HTML, CSS is involved, but not that much. I teach a lot of WordPress developer also to become a web developer, because they are actually they are stuck at around 15,000 rupees job. They're stuck at that place. Okay, they're stuck at that place. They don't get much. Okay, so that is there. They don't get much. So that is the problem with WordPress developer. But if you become a web app developer, it's a bit tough. I know JavaScript is a bit tough, and React might be seen like a bit tough. It's not that much tough. You can check it on my channel. I've taught them all. With that, what happens? You can create something like this. This is the web app. See, I'm clicking everywhere and I am doing everything there. So 10 years down the line, this kind of things used to be a app, like a normal app, like a desktop app. Click it, a Java application will be there, and then you click it here and there. Nowadays it is not like that. Everything is a website nowadays. Everything is a website nowadays, and it is like this. But they are not website, they are complicated web apps. You have all this home notification and all this thing. This in fact is not a website. LinkedIn is not a website. Facebook is not a website. Instagram is not a website. They are complicated web apps which are made by the some of the top brains in the world. Facebook is the top web app in the world, because even top than Google. Google, you go there, you just search it and it is done. It is done. But in Facebook, there are 3 billion people. 3 billion is a very big number. Why it's a very big number? Because world population is 6 billion only. 3 billion on Facebook. Half of the world population on Facebook. In 1 second, Facebook get how many connection? It's in crores. It gets how many connection in 1 second. It is very difficult to manage a app like that. So that's why they have the biggest brain in this on this planet, working to make it happen. Or else, if it was not there, Facebook will crash every 1 second. Those who are here, for those who know, 10 years back when Flipkart was launched and suddenly it raised, every time during big billion days it used to crash. Big billion day it used to crash. Flipkart is also very big web app. Big billion days used to crash. Everybody knows that what is big billion days. Amazon never crashed, but Flipkart used to crash. It was new, but then they had the best and the best, and they never crashed after that. So because these are complicated web app, they are used making complicated technology. Actually, in the backend also a lot of technology goes in these things. But the most of the demand is for front end developer, because all these things are made by front end developer only. So most of the demand are for front end developer who will make this site very good and all this thing and all these things. Okay. So see now see, people always do create something like this is our moderators Abdul's thing, and they do these things, and do I do like it, and I do like this, and maybe he's done a great job. So great, let me do it, or I'll forget great job, and so like this I'll do. Okay, so it's time to get started. But before we get started, and I teach all these things. So as HTML I teach on this workshop. CSS I teach on the first week of every month. JavaScript second week of every month. React just third week of every month. And you people are not that much lucky to learn it live this month because it is all done. So you can do it next month. CSS next month. Next month means what? Next month it will be done in. Okay, I don't want this weather and all. Next month it will be from 4th is CSS week, 11th is JavaScript week, 18th is React.js week, and last week I do anything. And this month we have actually 5 weeks. So this month, right now I completed Redux, and next week I will be doing React Native something. And generally those things happen at the night at 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. ST. And from next month we are going to have some more classes also. So that is there, and we are going to start our HTML journey now. All technical will be there, much talking. So I was going to give you all this attendance sheet. So I'll come here, shorten it, copy it, and mark your attendance here. So please do mark your attendance here. I will also, this is the first attendance. Okay. You can also write it. Second attendance will be taken towards the end. Okay, second attendance will be taken towards then. I have also pinned this message. So pin this message means any message will comes below there. You can go to this pin message and you can get it. So start filling this attendance form, and we will get going now. Okay, so we'll start with HTML. Not much theory, only practical. So HTML is what? HTML is hypertext markup language. But how to create that HTML file? So generally earlier, 10 years back, what people used to do, create a HTML file with .html extension, and then add it in Notepad or something, and then just open it in the browser and it used to show. But nowadays we don't do it like this. Okay, we have some very good lightweight code editors, and which was not there 10 years back, and the computers were also not that much powerful 10 years back, and there were some very heavy code editors like Visual Studio and all those things which won't run on today's won't runs on means even today's machines. Those are very heavy things. Right now also there is something known as Android Studio, which is used for mobile development. Okay, and that is quite heavy. Only 3 GB is the memory which is takes 3 GB for the RAM it takes. If you have a 4 GB, it is very difficult to run Android Studio. But we are not doing Android Studio here. We are doing HTML, and even a 4 GB RAM is more than sufficient for that. And any system is sufficient. I am using a Mac. It is not like that. You can use Windows and all the things, and the process will be almost similar. Which I'm telling, almost means everything will be similar. So in Windows you have, so how do we start it? In Windows also you have this Explorer or something. Explorer we have. So I have made a folder, and then I will create a new folder, and I will write here HTML basics, and I will give all this code. Okay, HTML basics I will write, and then inside this I'll code everything. But where will I code? I'll code in an editor known as VS Code. So VS Code I'm going to do, search for this VS Code, search for this VS Code. Okay, and so how to write LinkedIn profile? How to write LinkedIn profile? Okay, so okay, so someone is asking, so let me tell. So go to this LinkedIn profile and go here and go to this view profile and send me enter this thing. Okay, enter this thing. Okay, do that. I'm live on LinkedIn also. So that is there. And what I was telling you, download this thing. I'm not going to tell how to download it because in Windows you'll get a exe, Mac you get something else. You download it, it's totally free, and you then install it. Once you install it, what will be okay? What will be there? Okay, so I'll now then open this VS Code. It will open like this. It will open like this. When you open the VS Code, it will open like this. Okay, let me take it this way because I will set it up and then we are going to do it. So VS Code I have opened here. Maybe this much I'll do. And this is my HTML basic folder which I have just created. HTML basic folder which we have just created. Okay. So I think I've told. So how to proper URL you have to give. I just have told now proper URL. Okay. So that is there. And so how to do this, how to add this thing here. So what you need when you create this folder and open this VS Code for the first time, you have to come here and you have to click it, and with your mouse you have to drag it here. So keep your point, finger on your left hand, means left click, press it down and don't leave it only here. So when you leave it here, so what will happen, this HTML basic will be created, this folder HTML basic will be created here, not created, it will be opened here. Now we can code anything on it. Okay, and we'll start coding the HTML here. So this is like this, and now I'll go here and I will come here and I'll do a index.html. Index.html. So what is this index.html? So index.html is the file in which we will code our HTML. So why .html? Because it starts with .html because everything have a ex, have an ending in your programming. Everything have ending programming or anything you do in Windows, in Mac, anything. See images, if you have seen, images have .jpg ending or .png ending. So all programming languages also have some ending. So HTML code have .html ending. .html ending is there, and I can give any name. Okay, I can give any name, any name I can give. Okay, any name I can give. So index, main, anything I can give. Okay, so this is how this is been done. Okay, so that is done, and yeah, that is good. And actually yeah, world class code, you're right. I'm doing it for exactly beginners because you'll not means people don't believe it, but people find difficulty, and that is not a wrong thing. Okay, people find difficulty in doing this also. So once I got a student who asked me exactly this, sir, uh, I was not able to open the HTML file in my VS Code. Okay, so that's, and I just got on a call with her and I explained her how to do these things. So these things, actually I never knew that this such a basic thing will be such a difficult. I am from a software background and I'm getting this for the first time because a person was not able to open this from there. See, people are there who don't even know how to open exe. If I would have time, I would have shown this thing also, how to do this thing. And I right now don't have a Windows machine because I know 99% of people here will be working on a Windows machine only. But those things are also there. People are there who have not used computer as a software engineer have used, as I have used. So that was a mind opening thing. Okay, so that's why I teach exactly from there, that you have to take it from here. You have to keep your finger over the left hand and this of the mouse, left button of the mouse, or if you're using a trackpad, you have to press that left hand side and you have to take it like that, then only it will work. So this index.html have written, and then after that what we need to do, see HTML is like you have to write some code. See, this all things are also written in HTML, and you can also see what HTML is written like. I think if I do inspect, it will show me all these things is written, but we are not going to write this much complicated HTML. Although it is not a complicated HTML, so this is all HTML, but it has got some bit of CSS code also, which you are going to learn next. So what it has got, see, it has also got this head and this doc type HTML head and all these things it has got. So you can see here also doc type HTML. HTML lang is English, head is there and a body is there. So this head is there, and in this head you can see a lot of meta tags and all these things are there. So all these things, so this is from your Microsoft site only. Google, those who know Visual Studio is from Microsoft, a free product from Microsoft. Okay, so index.html I do, and all this skeleton code is known as skeleton code I have to make. I can write it on my own, but it will take a lot of time. So we are using VS Code for a reason. It has got a lot of shortcuts. So if I do this not, and if I press the tab, it will give me your skeleton, basic skeleton for our HTML, basic skeleton for our HTML. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me open this also. This is a real site which is deployed there. So see this, you are seeing this doctype HTML at the top. Doctype HTML is stated. What is this doctype HTML? Doctype HTML, it tells that this is HTML version 5. This is HTML version 5. This tells us that because HTML is governed by a committee known as W3C, of course in the US, because US invented everything, and they are like, they released everything in 2015. They released a new version of HTML known as HTML version 5, and before that this doc type used to be done in a different way. So now this doc type, this tells that okay, it is an HTML version 5. And then the next thing is, it is standard HTML lang is English, because the language is English here. Next, it has got two things. One is this head part and one is this body part. So what is this head part? What is this head part here? Okay, head part have something starting, it has got something complicated known as meta. So what are this meta? So meta are actually something which is used by Google to crawl any site. So a little bit of functioning of Google. How does Google work? Google works like, Google have this got, Google again have, I think, the uh, most billion people on this planet, most billion people engineers on this planet are in Google only. And so Google have this complicated thing known as Google bots. What it happened whenever you go and I created this website and maybe I put it on GoDaddy and all. It is very easy to deploy. Just go do this index.html and GoDaddy you put, and nowadays a lot of ad is also coming from Dhoni and all. GoDaddy, you go and put it in GoDaddy. And but if you put it on GoDaddy, how does Google knows that okay, a new website is, you're not that much popular, you're not popular like this Microsoft, you just give something and this will be happening. You're not popular that much, nobody's popular that much. So what Google does, every day for 2 3 times, it scans the whole internet, whole of the internet of the world. It scans even the sites which are there. So it has got something known as Google crawlers. So those crawlers are automated programs which scans the whole of the internet, and it comes to a site. It doesn't goes here, it goes to the source code. Every HTML whole of source code is open to public. That is one of the reason, because you have a Google bot coming in, so they need to see all of the code, although the logic will not be there. But the HTML is for every big site on the world, every site of the world. The HTML is completely public. See, I'm seeing the HTML for this site also, so that Google bot will come and see all these things. So in Meta, you have a lot of information about the Google bot, so you don't have to understand much about Google bot. And sometimes a lot of marketing people understand that from Google bot, because see this, some of the things, okay, like this property and all these things are there. So I have not written it there. This is not there. There's something known as keywords which a website should have. And actually marketing people works a lot in Meta, and digital marketing people work a lot on this meta tags, because they have to give, every sites have got something known as keywords. They've got something like keywords. See this popular site also have a keyword. So what is this, what is this? But nowadays there are not many keywords. A bit of keywords are there, or a bit of description is there. It is not even keyword, it's a bit of description. So those things are there, and they put these things. Okay, so this thing has been put by your Microsoft. And then there is something known as a title. Okay, title is there. So what is this title? See, we have a title here also. Here it is written Visual Studio Code, code editing redefined. Where is that title? Title is actually here. Visual Studio Code. If I hold my mouse, Visual Studio Code, code studio redefined. So if I put here something, and I will tell how to open this thing. Okay, so I will put HTML, maybe basics. I don't want to put a big thing. HTML basics I'll put, and this, when I will open this, I will tell how to open this. I'll open this soon. I will tell how to open this, and that is there. And then this is the head part. Head part is something for Google, and this title is there. Title is something for us, which will be shown here. Now the main thing is the body. Body is where this whole of this code which you're seeing here in this site also, it is coming from the body only. So for us also it will come from the body. Let us make a very simple websites and all. So I'll do h1, and it will be html crash course, and it will be like p p I need to write something. So let me copy this thing because I want something big. So let me copy this. Even I can copy the emoji. You can copy the emoji also. Let me do this. So see, it is coming like this. So I will paste it, copy paste it, and then what I'm going to do, can you disable right click on a website and website source code is not shown, not seen when? No, that is not possible. If even if you disable the right click, there are a lot of other ways to do that. Everyone is able to see your code and all. So and sometimes even if the code is not been shown, it is considered as a bad practice. In React, those who don't know, in React the HTML code is also not shown in a correct way, and that is sometimes become very bad for SEO, and people have to find out ways so that the HTML code can be seen. See, this is not the complete code. This is only the HTML code. You cannot hack a site with this. This is just the HTML code and the CSS code. HTML and CSS can be seen. That is one of the reason. If you go on YouTube right now, you'll see a lot of people doing clone. Even I have clones like Netflix clone and all those things. So where do we get the design of those things? So how do people get the design? So people do here and do right click and see the design. They copy the design completely for Netflix clone. My website also have Netflix clone, YouTube clone, all those things. So the front part of it is very easy to create. It is very easy to create actually, because every website is providing me all of the HTML. Just go there and pick it up. But you're not going to learn anything, but you can pick it up most of the thing, and you cannot stop that thing. And you should not stop that thing, because if that thing is getting stopped, then Google will not know about it. And even a website like this need the support from Google. If people don't come to know about Visual Studio, why will they go and download it? So for Google purpose also, the website code needed to be open, fully open, or else Google bot won't go to that site if it is closed. So that is there. And what happens in companies, big companies, uh, all the sites are behind the firewall. It is not like public. So I have worked in a lot of enterprise projects. So what happened, those projects are in the intranet of the company. They never goes to the public internet. Internet is different from internet. They never goes to the public thing. Okay, so so it is not to worry. Okay, yeah, if you see use React, the user only sees generated HTML. That is completely right. They will not see the component, JavaScript, or business logic. Yeah, even in this site, they will not be able to see. Okay, let's see what this site has been created. If I go here, I can see a site has been created in what. So they are not created in. Okay, they had created in .NET. See, they had created in .NET. .NET is a Microsoft product. So I can see what a site has been created. They had created in .NET. Okay, so see, this has been done like this. And now where to see this thing, okay, where to see this thing and HTML and all. So we don't want to see this for the rest of our time. So where to see this thing, so we'll go here. And where is my HTML? Here is my HTML. I'll go here and I will double click on it. So it will open in my default browser, which, because this is a Mac system, this is Safari, but I don't want it to be open in the Safari nobody uses. Just like Internet Explorer, nobody used to use. Everybody used to download Chrome. In Mac also everybody does that only. So I will copy it and I will paste it here in my Chrome. I'll paste it and I'll get it. The means you have to give the path. You have to open it in the path. You'll open it. Okay. So this is been shown. See everything which I have written. HTML basics. Title HTML basics is been shown. H1 is a tag. Okay. HTML is all about learning about different tags which you are going to do next. HTML is all about that. Okay. So HTML H1 is there, P is there, and P has been shown like this VS Code and all these things. It has been shown. Okay, so all of these things are shown. So this is how this is there. But before moving forward, I want to tell one more thing. Means we generally don't do it like this, which I'm doing now right now. I'll go again P, but I cannot get the content every time. Okay, so this content I got from VS Code side. I will not go every time and go or something. So what generally people do, people put something known as dummy content. Dummy content is like lorem ipsum. Lorem ipsum is a dummy content, and VS Code is a very good thing. It has got a lot of things which is inbuilt, like this lorem ipsum generator. I will write lorem and I will press the tab, and it will generate this dummy text for it. It is actually not dummy text. This lorem ipsum is a very popular dummy text, and this gets its origin 200 from 200 years back when the printing press was invented, and they wanted some dummy text to see whether the printing is coming or not, coming properly or not. And then they invented this thing known as lorem ipsum, which you see today in almost all websites. When you create for some customers sometimes don't give their real text, then you have to put this lorem ipsum and to see that whether it is fitting the size properly or not. And Visual Studio Code comes in with lorem ipsum. So I have given this, and then I will save it. But this has not been shown here. This has not been shown here because I have to refresh it. So I cannot refresh it every time, and JavaScript developers are spoiled because of React. Because what happened in React, there is a live reloading is there. The moment I save some code, the live reloading happens. Because this comes from the basics of JavaScript. JavaScript is actually not a compiled language, interpreted language. Means it is directly compiled language, not an interpreted language. It directly, because a website cannot be have some mid thing like that. Nowadays I'm doing a bit of shift programming, which is like a apps for iOS. For my own purpose I'm doing that, because for something I write blogs also. So in that, what happened, you have to first run that program, that will convert into some jar kind of a thing, and then it will happen. So it doesn't happen like that in JavaScript. JavaScript, HTML, CSS, they're all compiled language. They all happen on the runtime. But this is not happening on a runtime, and this is a very bad user behavior as a JavaScript developer. So what we do, as we go to this VS Code, and VS Code has got nice extensions. Okay, extensions are those small programs which are made by freelance developer and known as the open source, which is the backbone of today's internet. Open source projects. Here we'll go and do this live server. And live server, nowadays it is coming second. So live server, there is someone named Ritvik Day. He created. So they're all small programs doing open source project. So they have done this, and he have done this, and this is a very popular extension. It has got like some, I don't know how much this is, like a lot of installs. It has gone, and we just have to install it. When you install it, you'll get some, first time you'll come in, you'll get some install options. You install it. I am not getting it because I've already installed it. So I'll come here, and then after, what I will do, I'll do a right click, and I'll do a open with live server. Open with live server. I'll get this option, right click, open with live server, and it will open with live server. It will open in some kind of a port. You don't have to need to know much about it, but it will open it there. I'll paste it here. And now see, I have exactly like this thing, but what is the benefit of it? And it is also showing that it is started here. So what is the benefit of it? The benefit is that if I remove this thing and if I save it, auto refresh has been done. Auto refresh has been done, and I didn't did anything, and it has been, that is gone. But if I come here, this is still there. And I have to refresh it every time. So we won't use this anymore, and we'll use this live server only for our coding and all. So that is done. Now we'll go ahead and learn about different tags. Okay, so the first tag which we are going to learn about is the h1 tag. So we already learned about the structure, and now we will learn. I'm liking this thing. Okay, I'll keep this thing. Okay, and this is how you do the comment in VS Code. And what I just did, I selected it and I did that. So what are these comments? Comments are something which if you comment some code, it will not be shown in this browser. So what I did, I just did this, selected all, and then control and backslash I'll do. It will show like this. It means that it is still in this editor, but it will not be shown here. The moment I save it, it is gone, but it is there because I have kept it for some future reference. I'm going to soon enable it because I'm liking this fire thing, loving this fire thing. I don't want to get it from the internet again. So that is there. And so let us do some doing the tag from the start. So first tag will learn about h1, second tag will definitely learn about p. So first tag is h1. You have already seen that h1 is like this big thing is coming, and h1 is known as heading tag. But there is not one heading tag. Actually, there are heading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 heading tags: h1, h2, h3, h4, h5, and h6. So let me change this also: h2, h3, h4, h5, and h6. And this 6 heading tags, h1 to h6. And what are they? All of them are of different sizes. So h1 is of different size, h2 is of different size, h3 is of different size, h4, h5, h6. All of them are of different sizes. Okay. And some of them are very small. We generally use till h4, but we have six heading tags are there. So 6 heading tags are there. Now that is there, and we have just learn about this commenting, because sometimes we use commenting for different purposes. Sometimes we use commenting to comment a code which you don't need, and sometimes we use commenting to put something in the code for reference. Suppose I want to have a reference like this is a heading tag tag tags. Then I'll do this and I'll put a like this, so the person will know, okay, this is a heading tag. If some other developers come into this, he or she will know. See, all this, what happens, all this projects and all, not a one single developer will work, a lot of developers will work. So they should know what the other developer is doing or what this code means. This is a very easy code, but complicated codes are very complicated. Okay, so that is there. And now what else we are going to do? Okay, so we are going to do the paragraph tag now. So paragraph tag, so let me uncomment this and let me have this as paragraph tags, paragraph tag. Okay, so there is only one paragraph tag. Second, I'll do this and I'll do this, and see, this paragraph is coming like this thing. Paragraph is coming, and I will have another paragraph and lower mandate and do this. But there is one thing which is there which I want to tell. See, the heading tag and paragraph tag, what is there? They are known as block level element. Why they are known as block level element? Because see, this heading 1 is there, heading 2 is there, heading 3 and 6 are there. They all could have been fitted in one line. All 6 of them could have been fitted in online. Even this thing is there. This could have been fitted here, half of it. But they are all coming in their own line because they are something known as a block level elements. They are block level elements. So they are taking their own line. They are block level elements. So that's why they are taking their own line. We have something known as inline element also, which you are going to see. So block level element always take their own line and have some space. So this is like that. So these are the two things, two very important tags, and I'm going to tell all important tags. You don't have to look for HTML outside this class. Okay, it is like that. So the next tag which I'm going to see is the link tag, is what we are going to see. So what is this link tag? Link tag is like a tag. What is a link tag, or it is also known as anchor tag? You have gone to any site, you click somewhere, you will go to some other site, and those links are known as link tag or anchor tag. So suppose I want to go to my blogging site. So I'll go here, href I'll go, and this I'll do, and I'll do learn web development, learn web dev is okay. So learn web dev I have given, and then I will save it. And see, this thing is the learn web dev is coming, and there is some purple kind of text is there. Actually, it will be blue text. I have opened this site a lot of times. See, you might have, someone might have noticed this. If you open some link, it is if they have links. So nowadays nobody have this PO link. Everybody changes this thing. So you have this PO, this kind of link. What you can do, you can go here and click on it. When you click on it, it becomes purple. Basically, it remains as blue. So I've done this, and I will go here and I will click on it. I click on it, and it will open my blogging site. It will open my blogging site. 100 days of code I was studying. I did this 100 days of code. All of the details are there. So that is there, and I'll go back, and this will again take me here only. This will take me here. So what is this anchor tag? You can give the text here and give the link. So this is the attribute which I'm giving, href. You can give that href and you can tell where it should go. So it is given here, and there is a bit of okay. Okay, so there is a bit of thing here. Okay, like not an issue, but not a good user experience. What is not a good user experience? So it is like that. I am clicking here. It is opening in the same tab. Same tab it is opening. This is not a good user experience. Why it is not a good user experience? Because if I have a website, I don't want to take a user from my website to another website in the same tab, or else there this is a marketing tactic, or else he or she will forget my website, something like that. Amazon, whenever you go to YouTube and you click on some link, it will open that link in a different tab. It will not open that link in the same tab. YouTube doesn't want you to go away from YouTube. So in my YouTube videos also, you'll find a lot of GitHub link or some link you will find. Click on it. Don't do anything. Don't do a right click and open in a new tab. Don't do that. Just click on my YouTube video and any video, and you click on a link which is there, and it will open in a new tab. Why it is there? Because they have coded it in such a way. There is something known as a target equal to blank. If you give that, it will open in a new tab. So let us learn about that next. So I will have this anchor tag, and I will have this href I will have, and in this href, that okay, let me go here, and let me give a link. Okay, so I'll give a link again, another link here. Okay, so I'll give this, and I will have this target equal to underscore blank. Target equal to underscore blank I will do, and then I will write attendance attendance on this I'll write. Okay, maybe I'll save it and see. Now the new link has been created, but I've given something known as target equal underscore blank. So target equal underscore blank I will give, and I click it. It is opening in a new tab. It is opening in a new tab. So that is like this, and see it now again it became like this. Became the color had changed. So this is there. This is there, and if you not fill the attendance form, please fill it now. Now is the time. Okay, so it is opening in the new tab. If why it is opening in a new tab? Because I have given this target equal to underscore blank. This attribute I have given. That's why it is opening in a new tab. So, and one more thing I want to tell it here. If you looked it closely, so what just happened is both of the anchor tags are in the same line, and here everything was in a different line, because anchor tag is the first inline element which I'm teaching. It is the inline element. It will, if you give 10 anchor tag also, till the line is complete, it will be in the same line. Then it will go to the next line. But h1 tag, a paragraph tag, they always take their own line. They always take their own line, because they are block level element. Okay, so that is there. So this is done for this anchor tag and all. So now we are going to learn about something known as a list tag. So list tags we are going to learn, and I will come here and do a list tag. I'll do, and go to here, and then I'll have something known as ul. I'll have, and then I will have li. li I will have, and I'll have an item 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. What are this list tag? List tag are this thing. You have a ul. Ul means unordered list. Li means list item. So inside the ul, I have this li, which are this list item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4, item 5, and this dot dot dots is there. So they are created to give the list. Similar to ul, I have something known as ol. Ol means ordered list. Ol means ordered list. Ordered list. Save it. Ordered list I have done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ordered list has been created. The ordered list has been created like this. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is there. Control C, Control V. It is like this. 6 is like this. 6 is there. And it will increase one of them. It will increase one of them like this. Okay. So that is there. This is a list tag. So two type of them, unordered list and ordered list. Now we are going to learn about table tag. Okay, table tag we are going to learn, and it is not that much important to mug up all those things. This is programming, not even mugging up. UL tag is very easy. H1 P AR very easy, but table tag has got a lot of tags. You don't need to mug it up because you will get the syntax on the internet anyways. This is not like the old days where you have to refer a book most of the time. Nowadays everything is there on the internet. So we'll go to table tag. In fact, I will tell the site which you can refer later on. Table tag I will do, and then what I'm going to have here, table I'm going to have, and inside this table I'll have a t head I'll have, and then I'll have a t body. I'll have t body, t head and t body I'll have, and then I will have this. So t head and t body means what? T head means table head, t body means table body. So there is a tab to create those beautiful tables, but anything is not beautiful in HTML. Why? Because unless you put CSS in it, HTML is all about structure. Nobody have a site with just HTML, or else it will look very ugly. Just like this site, it's very ugly. So t head and t body I have done. So t head I will write as some first I will write as tr, table row. Tr means table row. Here I will have this t head, th, which will be like name, and here it will be like age, and this will be like email, and in this t body I will have tr again. So this is known as table header. Again I'll have tr, and then I'll have a td and bindu and td. So I have to, this is the header, and this, oh no td, and this is like the whatever is there, means corresponding to it. So the next thing will be like age, and next thing will be like email is navendu at gmail.com. So it is like this. So I will actually copy this thing. So let us put something different. So like this I'll have and save it. See, like this, name, age and email is been created in the table head. Table head, name, age and email is been created, and inside it the these things are created. So this is not like, it is very easy to do it like this. It will require a table thing to only do it like this side, and then this these three things are done. But this is again a very ugly table. If you want to beautify it, you have to use the CSS again. So this is about the table. But the most important tag in HTML, CSS and JavaScript, all these three including React, is the form tag. So why the form tag is the most important? Form tag is the most important because with the form tag only, what happens, uh, we take the user input. What user input? If you go to facebook.com, you first time you have to register there. So the register, actually it is done through a form. In technical term, it is a form which is there, and we are going to create the code for the form. So that you go to any website and you fill the registration form, then the next time you'll go, you fill the login form, then the next time you go, maybe something else you will fill some survey form, or fill a lot of things, or even you give some, even you go inside Facebook and there is a posting of anything, like post of anything, any message or any of your post, that is also through a form. Because whenever you send something to Facebook and it is stored in the Facebook server, that is generally taken through a form only. So those forms are everywhere, means every website or web app will have this form. So forms are the most important thing in all of the web development. Forms are very important because that is how a website is made live. So right now my website is very static kind of thing. I'm not, if I put this on GoDaddy, I'm not interacting with the user much. Interacting with the user means what? The user is posting something, writing something, or all those things. Okay, so those are means interactions. Okay, so form tag is again, we are going to do form tag, but we have to run, we have come a bit down. So I want to first tell about two other tag. One is known as a HR. HR is known as horizontal rule. HR I will do. See, a line will be created, like this line will be created, a horizontal rule. Then I'll do a BR. BR means break row. Break row, a bit of space is there. I want to do this thing again because I want to have my table inside this thing. Not table, my form inside this thing. I have two these things, and now it'll have a form tag. Form tags I'll do because it is not one tag, it is a lot of tags. And I will have a form like this, and then I will have a label. I'll have, and label I'll have as name, and input type text, and name equal to name, and like this I'll have age, and type is number, and name is age. Is there, save it. So it will show like this. So what is this label and what is this input? Okay, what is this label and what is this input? So label and input generally comes in a pair. This label and input, they comes in a pair. So, and what are they? What are this label and input? Okay, so they are used to take the especially the input is used to take the user thing. So if you go to any website, you might have seen this thing. Okay, name, age is there, login, you have this email field, and all those fields are there. So they are by input there. There are different input type text, input type number, input type email is also the input type, password is also the password will give you those asterisks and all. But what is this label? So every input is always associated with some label. I could have used H or H1 or something, but generally we use label to give the name. So label I've given name, and then input type text, which is showing me this text box. Input type age is coming, and which is showing, and then after the input type number, I'm showing this thing. And one more thing, everything is coming in one line. Why everything is coming in one line? Because everything is an inline element here. Everything is an inline element here. That's why everything is coming in one line. So I will write here. I can write here anything. When the Vishwas I have written, age, I can give any age number like this, and then I can increase it also, because this is input type text. I can type the text, input type number, it is for the number. But now what I want this to be in some, this two to be in a different line, and this two to be in a different line. Because if you go to any website, you might have seen that there is a username, then there is a password in a different line. So how to do this in the your HTML? It is not in CSS. We have some other techniques which you are going to learn maybe, and but here how to do that? Here to do that, we will wrap this thing in a div. We'll wrap this thing in a div. These two things we have to wrap it in a div. So what is a div? We'll come back to it. What is a div? Let me wrap it also. Wrap this also div. I'll wrap this, and yeah, this also I will wrap in a div, and save it and save. And see, now it is, both of them are coming in a different line. I have wrapped it in a div. Both of them are coming in a different line. Div is what? Div is actually, you see this div used a lot. Div is a block level element. Okay, div is a your div is a like a block level element. Block level element like what? Block level element like h1 and all. So it will create its own line. It will create its own line. It will create. But the thing is that div are mainly used to divide something. So like this label and input, I'm dividing them. So it is mainly used like this, label and input I'm dividing. So it is for that. So div is there, and for us it's a block level element. So this, both of them are coming in a different lines. Both of them are coming in a different line. So that is there. And all of you, please do like this stream so that it can reach to more people, and do please click the subscribe button. And if you guys, your guys and girls, if you're watching it from LinkedIn, please do come to my YouTube channel, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. These are the other platforms which is in stream. So do please come to my YouTube to support me, because this is my main platform. And the chat which I'm doing, this is only going to YouTube exclusive only. It doesn't goes to a lot of places like LinkedIn and all. So if you're watching it on LinkedIn, please do come to my YouTube channel. Okay, so that is there. Link will be there somewhere in my thing. Okay, so this input label, age and type is there, and it has been done. But div. What is div does? Div create a block level element. So it is created a block level element. But the problem still is there. There is, these two are very close. These two are actually very close. I want some more space, so I can wrap it in one more div. But there is a better way. When I was telling this br, I told that br creates one space. Br creates one space. So it's better to give a br here, and it will now have some space. Br will have some space. That is there. So now the next two things we are going to see is the text area and the drop down menu. So we can do everything from HTML. Only thing, it is not looking like Amazon and all, because it is not styled. Okay, so div I'll do, and label I'll do, and message I'll do, and text area I'll do. I don't need a lot of things here. What is this text area? Text area is a multi-line input text box. So here I will name it a message, and I'll save it. And there is okay, I should have a br also here, br. And there is something which I want to tell here. That something is that, see this text area, it is having an ending also. Name doesn't have an ending. Most of the HTML tags have endings, but some of them doesn't have an ending, like input. Although you can give it, but it is not, nobody gives it, and it is not also mandatory. But text area, you need an ending like this, so that is mandatory. So this is a text area, and it is got multiple lines. So I can have this like this is text area. We can have something like this. Okay, this is a text area, very easy to understand. Now we are going to learn about the drop down. Okay, drop down we are going to understand. So br is there, and div is there, and then I'll have a h4. This is what different thing. I will have h4, and I'll not h4. Okay, this is a label only. And it will be favorite color. Favorite color will be there. Select name will be color, and option will be value is red, and red, and green, and green, yellow, next yellow. Okay, so this option is there, and select name color, and option I have given. So, and if I go here, see a drop down button is there. Everybody see, nowadays I don't have to tell someone what is a drop down. All of you have visited Amazon and all those things. So yeah, so this is what drop down is about, and you can choose anything. Although this is not good looking, as I'm telling, the good looking part always come from CSS. It doesn't come from here. Okay, so this is how you select the drop down. So what is there here? So here we have a select tag. which contains this option tag. Option tags are what? Option tags are this name. So this value and all these things are their value, red, green, yellow. Value will actually go to the backend. The value part goes to the backend, and this your red part is whatever is the decision shown, because all of the data which you are writing it here, which we will input form, as I told earlier, whatever we enter in the form, that is meant for the backend. Okay, every data is either stored in the backend or it is used to verify something. So when you register on Facebook, it is stored in the Facebook server in the US. When you log into Facebook, it is not register or something. When you log into Facebook, it will take your username, it will take your password, and it will compare with that value which is stored in the database in the US. And your database, because Facebook have got this big servers in the US, so they will check everything, and if your username password is correct, it will allow you to log in there. So that is also everything from the user is taken from this forms only. Okay, so congrats Hyderabad, congrats. Okay, let's take okay, that is a very good news that you got into. Do connect with me. Okay, connect with me outside outside YouTube. Means your name is very much difficult to do, but do connect with me outside YouTube. Maybe leave a comment or connect with me on Instagram. I want to talk with you. That is very good, because this is always good that you are actually the second person who is telling this, because as I told, a person has got a job on your startup. Okay, so this is a very good news. I'm understanding, you just made my day. Okay, so that is good. Thank you, thank you. Okay, let me have it. Let me take a screenshot also. Okay, thank you. So I'm glad that people are getting job. Okay, so that is there. More React Native things will also, React will come, React Native will come. Everything in your portfolio will add value to it. Okay, so that is there. And option value is there, and this is there. So this is coming, and you can select anything. Okay, so now after this, we're not done with forms yet. Okay, so we'll do something more in forms, and in fact, even with those things, I will tell you all to do something more in the forms also. Okay, so that is there. And we'll again, I'm going to have a vr and div, and here, so we are going to learn about something known as a checkbox now. So checkbox are those square things in which that tick button is coming. So checkbox are actually very popular, and what happens in checkbox. See, nowadays a lot of you might have given some online examination and all. So there are some multiple questions answers are there. In that you have to select multiple questions and answers. They are taken by checkbox. Actually, my last project for a company was I was leading a team, and we were creating an examination. Means for a very big company in India, we were helping them to create their online examination system, which was having all those things. And also I know it about it because a lot of companies, universities, colleges, everybody take online exams. So that company was targeting them to prepare that thing. So I was in that, I was an architect there. So that thing I know, means knows all things. The checkboxes are a very common thing there. Okay, so that is there. So div is been done, and then I'll do a h4, and I'm doing h4 for a different reason. What do you own? I'll do, and then I will have this as input type text, not text, it will be input type check box, and name will be equal to bike, and value will be equal to bike, like this, and label is like this, and bike will have, and then I'll have this hard, hard, and hard. It's there. So I'll now save it. And now if I come here, see what do you want? This is not a label. This is just a heading. The label is here. And one more thing is that it is not required that a label should be above the inbox. So it is actually a pair. So this is a pair. This is a pair. So it is down. So I've written like this because generally checkboxes are before that thing. You can do the opposite also. It doesn't matter. You can have it on different line also. So what is this checkbox and what is this? Name is different, but value is something. Again, value is something which will go to the backend. Okay. So here I can select both of them or none of them or one of them. So this is something multiple thing we can do. That's why it is very popular to take this multiple inputs from the user. So now we will look into radio boxes. Okay, radio boxes are also very important. So br I'll do and div I'll do, and here radio boxes are used to take things in which only one value can be there. So like gender is there. Gender you can enter only one value. You go to any place, you cannot enter two values in a gender. Okay, any form, physical form and all, everything. Okay, so gender is there. Okay, so here I'll take a input type radio is there, name equal to gender, and value equal to female, and then label is like male, and gender male, male, other, other. Save it. And now see, I will have something like this. Okay, where is this? Okay, it will be, this is female, this is male. Save it. So this is like this. Now I can select only this female, male, or other. See, this is changing. Here I can select everything. Here I can select only one thing. So this is known as radio box. Again, a very common thing. Almost all of you, 100% of you have used it somewhere or other than, because all of you are watching this on YouTube, means you all have a Facebook account or something you have. Okay, so it is not like that. I'm telling to something who doesn't know about computers. So everyone have used it, and this thing somewhere or the else. So but there is one thing which I want to tell you. See here the name, till a lot of names we are having, here the name was different. They are a side kind of a group, but the name was different. Here the name is same, because what happens, and again the value is always for the backend. It always goes to the backend. Okay, so that is there. So what is this thing? Okay, so why the gender is same? Because radio boxes are also known as group of radio box, because when the backend, the data will go like this. Okay, name is gender and value is female, or name is gender and value is male, or name is gender or value is other. Only one data will go to the backend. But here both of data can also be go, or one data can be also be go. It will be like name bike, value is bike, name car, value is car, or maybe I should not take it bike, I should take it vehicle one is a better name. Okay, vehicle one is a better name, or vehicle 2 value is car. So something like that is there. It will go like that. Okay, that's why the name is different. That's why the name is different. One sec. One sec. Okay, my CA needs something. So no, but just I will send a message, because my CA needs something they sent to my mobile. Okay, so it is done. Okay, Okay, so this is how it works. So now only the last thing is remaining here. So we have all the things here. We have learned all the things. I will tell one more thing. Okay, tell one more thing to you. Okay, so that is there. There is something else also which I will. I'm going to tell that which you need to learn here. Okay, so let us first complete it. So the last thing which I'm going to tell here is that br break row, and again div will be there, and input type submit, and value equal to send. Because last thing which you are going to do, what is this input type submit? Input type submit is actually a button. It is a button. Input type submit is a button. See, this is a button is been created. This button has been created. So this is that button. Okay, so I'll come here and do anything like name, age, says this is a message, and color maybe being both of them mail, and I'll click on this send. So send, when we do this, is actually getting refreshed. This site is getting refreshed. When you click this button, you might have seen the site getting refreshed. So, and you might have seen something else also. See, all the data is actually, if I'll just copy it temporarily, all the data was going like this, going like this. Okay, it means all of the data is going like this. In earlier days, what used to happen means 10 years down the line, the most of the common one of the common backend languages was see, backend languages needed to be there, which we are not going to learn today, and in my channel it is there. So backend languages like PHP were very much popular. Even Facebook, the first version was created in PHP only. The backend was created completely in PHP. So when we do this send thing and all, so this will go in this address bar. This will go in this address bar, all the properties, and this get refreshed also, auto refresh, so that all of these things are gone away. This is the default behavior of the browser, because browser was created keeping PHP in mind in 1995. PHP is from the starting, so that was created using PHP in mind. But this is very bad behavior when it comes to JavaScript and React. If you go to my JavaScript course or my React course on my YouTube, you're going to see that it is a very, very bad behavior. Okay, so that is there. And so, but it is done like this. So this kind of button, what happens here, if I click it, it is refreshing it. Okay, and there is a normal button also. I'm going to tell there is a normal button also. But all of these things we are done with the form. But one thing is there, I'm done with the form. But the form, it is, there's something more in the form. I've told a lot of things in the form. In fact, we have spent half an hour to learn the form only. But there is something more which is required to all of you to learn in form. And this is one site, W3C School. You can learn about the form inputs here. And this is the only thing which you have to learn in addition to my this HTML course. Okay, so this actually in HTML5 in 2015, there was something more were added, and a lot of things were added in HTML. So earlier there were only 3-4 forms types, all of which I have covered. But nowadays there are a lot of, more than 50-20 form types are there, and some of them are very, very useful. Okay, like type submit, reset, radio, checkbox we have done. Input type color, I will open this, and they give us this nice editor, and this input type color I have opened. So this thing is coming because of input type color, and I can choose any color. And it will choose that color. This kind of color picker, earlier we used to make it in JavaScript, and it is very difficult to make it in JavaScript. So now you can directly give an input type color, and this thing will happen. So this they have made it very easy. Then input type date is, this is a very awesome thing. Input type date is what? Input type date, you can select the whole of the calendar. Isn't it awesome? Whole of the calendar. Actually, earlier what used to happen, we used to import some third-party library or create it in JavaScript or all those things. But now I can select all of them. And this is a very important fit. because this is how you take the date of birth from the candidate. Okay, this, and nowadays it comes directly input type date, you'll do, it will come. So this is there, you learn from this, all of these things you learn. Okay, all of these things you learn. That is input type file. This is again a common thing. Earlier we used to make it in JavaScript and all, but now it is there. Why it is important? You go to naukri.com, you you might have done, choose your file and upload your resume and all these things are there like this. Okay, so go learn from this. Okay, so that is there. And now we will go forward, and if there is a input type submit is there, which creates a button. This is creating button. Then we have actually normal button also. So what normal button? We will create a normal button. Okay, so it is like button tag, that will be, and it will be button like this, like click me button will be there. And see, this click me is there, but the thing is the normal button doesn't have anything. Like I am clicking it, nothing happened. Here I am clicking it, the refresh will happen. Whenever is input type submit button is inside a form, you can do that thing. But this normal button, we don't have anything. Means, and all these functionalities are added through JavaScript. It is not like that. It is will added through here. It is added through JavaScript and all. Okay, so this is done. So the last thing which we are going to do in HTML before moving to CSS is images. Images are very important in any website. The images are very important, and for that we have a tag known as image tag. We have, so copy this image tag, and in this I have this img I'll give, and I have to give a source and the alt. Okay, so this source I can give it directly from the internet also, maybe like this place img. Okay, place img is there. There is a site is known as place img. I don't want to take it from the directly from Google and all. You can get anything like I'll give this nature, and I will generate the image, or generate the image. Where to see this thing? Okay, okay, they have given us a tag only, so why not use it? So I will make it tag, and it is always safe to make it. Images are a very dangerous thing on YouTube. It is very dangerous. Okay, I'll make it tag. Okay, so this is something which you can see. What is alt tag? I will tell about it. So this is how you can do it. Alt and all you'll do. So it is taking from the internet and all, and it will show me this image of this tech and all. Okay, click me is happening here. I don't want it here. I want, again, see, both of them are inline, so I need to have some break row here. So I want it to come in a different line. So break row, it will come in a different line. So that is there. So this is how this is done from the internet, but this is not the normal way we do this, because most of the time what we are going to do, you are going to create a new folder, and you are going to have a images folder here. Images folder I'm going to create it here, and here I'm going to put some image inside it. From where I'm get the image. So the best place to get the image is unsplash.com. It is totally free website to get royalty free image. If you get it from Google image, they are not royalty free actually. So I'll go to this desktop setup, and maybe I'll pick this one, and I will download a fair large one. Okay, so I will then show in Finder. It is like Finder is also like your Internet Explorer only, nothing fancy is there. Reveal in Finder. Finder is what Mac OS says the Explorer. So I'll have this here, and I will have this as, okay, this is a very big name. I don't want such a big name, so I will have this unsplash.jpg. I'll have, and this will be like this unsplash is there. So now I want to show this. Okay, show this image. So how to do this? So now I have to do this again. I will have a one br because it will be on the same line. It's img. Src is like images. We have to give the path images, and then unsplash.jpg, and this is like a computer. Save it and see this one. They have given the site so size, so it is okay, but this one is very very huge. It is actually going here, which is not a good user experience. So how to fix it? So in HTML we don't have many things to fix it. In CSS we are going to see CSS. After CSS we have a lot of other things also. So here how we are going to fix it, actually we are going to have a width here equal to 300 and height here equal to 200. Save it, and width and height have been done. So this is how you can do, but you cannot connect much, and it is also not doing it in a correct way. We are going to see in CSS a very good way to do this thing. Okay, so that is done. Okay, and now what is, I want to touch this last thing. What is this alt tag actually? Alt tag is showing like this tag. Alt tag is showing like this computer. What are these alt tags? Alt tags, and I'm not even seeing this alt tag here. Why I'm not seeing them here? So alt tag is like the alternate tag. One of the main use of alt tag is like if the image is not been able to shown, this alt tag will be displayed. And all of you might have seen these things sometime, because it is not possible if you're working on the internet. You go to on-site hundreds and lakhs of sites you might have gone in your lifetime. Somewhere some image will be broken, and that broken image sign will be shown. That comes because of the alt tag only. So suppose one of the image I'll break, so I will do this as z because this is not there. Okay, I'll save it. Okay, okay, it is z is also there. That is amazing. Is this is there? Okay, this is also there. That is amazing. So I will create a different site only if it is there. No, that is not there. Okay, so they can take anything. It means seems like that, or else I can bring that also. Change. So this see this broken image has been shown, and this text is coming right now. I can break this also. Like there is no image like this, and this broken image will be shown, and this computer will be shown. So this is for the broken images and all. So this is how the broken images. So there are many reasons why the broken image might be there. Might be, see, sometimes most of the time what happens, these images comes from some image repository. So that image repository might be down or something like that, or in this case might be the developer had given the wrong thing. So sometimes developers give the wrong thing on also, so that might also be the case. And all those things, sometimes the internet might be down. So when you go to yeah, yeah. So yeah, sometime when you go to some sites, you might be seeing that the images loads the last. First the text and all will be loaded, and then at the last the image will be loaded, if it is a very image heavy site and a lot of images are there and something like that. Nowadays every site have a lot of images. So suppose what happens, you are watching that site on the mobile, and actually 90% of people in India watch the site on the mobile only, because they're mobile only and a fast geo connection is there. Okay, so fast geo connection, you're watching it on the mobile, suddenly the internet goes away. Why the internet will go away on a geo connection, which is the fastest and which is available everywhere? No, it is not available everywhere. Suppose you're going on a train, fast moving train, and you're suddenly train enters a tunnel, the internet connection will go away, and you have to check all these conditions. So that when the connection goes away, then also all of the website will be shown, but this image will be shown like this broken thing. So that is there because if the internet is down or something, so you should know something like it is like this tech and computer. Okay, so that is there, and we are done with the HTML. Now it's time to start with the CSS. We are going to start now only because we don't have much time. Okay, so CSS, and I think I'll do it in the same thing only. Why to make it in some other, or okay, I'll create another folder. Okay, quickly I'll create another folder because it should look beautiful. CSS means it should look beautiful. It should not look ugly and all. So where, okay, this is again closed and we cannot do this. Today is 26 March and I will create a new folder, CSS Basics I'll do, and again I'll have this like this, and I will quickly create a index.html because the structure is required. Index.html will be there, and then style.css will be there because I need to have some style. So style.css again, and always the css is in that .css file. Always will, most of the time we'll have an external file. We can have internal css also, which I'm not going to teach now. So because css, I have a full course of 5 hours course which is there, the playlist is there, and maybe I'll give that playlist. So index.html is there and style.css is there. Style.css, the css will mark, and css is also like a thing like html. So I'll go here and this index.html I'll go, and then this not I will again do, and I'll do this as css basics I'll do, and then here I'll have a h1 again first, and css crash course I'll do, save it, and I'll go live again, close it, come here, and CSS crash course is coming, but it is like same HTML because we have not given any CSS. So we'll come here and we'll, this is how we give CSS. H1 tag, H1 tag I'm targeting, H1 tag I'm targeting, H1 I'm targeting. Then I will do the, I want a color to be changed. So color like COLOR color, and I can change anything. I'll choose some dark color. Okay, maybe the brown I'll choose. I'll give it. And I'll save it, but it will not show. So this is how CSS. This is how we work with CSS. We choose something, some like this tag I'm choosing, and inside this curly bracket I have to give a property like color and all the different properties are there. And in my course also I teach almost not almost every important CSS property because there are more than 10,000 properties. You cannot learn all of them, and all of them you should not learn. It is not. It is not about mugging and all those things. You should not mug all the code. So I teach all the important tags, and if you require something over it, you will learn when you are working for a company. So that is the color is brown I have done, color brown I have given. Okay, so and again we have a lot of colors. I'm going to tell about colors also soon. So this is their color is brown I have given. So, but it is not with color what we can change the text color, but it is not changing the text color. Why it is not changing the text color? Because I have not linked the HTML with the CSS. We have to link the HTML with the CSS also. So I'll do this link and I'll do this CSS and style.css I'll save it. See, now the color is been shown. So we have to link in the head part only. Link rel equal to style sheet. href is the file name style.css. See, and now my h1 is brought to life with the colored thing. So this is how this is all colored things are there. Okay, so that is there. Now next thing which we are going to do is to, okay, one sec. Next thing we are going to learn is about different color models. So the different color models we are going to learn. Okay, so for that let me do one more thing. First let me do h3 best place to learn CSS, and p and lorem and save. So let us have something like this. Okay, maybe I'll have some more lorem. I need a bit more lorem for a reason. Okay, so these things I will have h1, h3, and a p tag. And now the first thing which you are going to learn is about colors. Colors are very important because that is what differentiate an HTML from a CSS. HTML is all black and white. CSS is all colorful. Okay. Although you can create black and white, it is not. So colors are very important. So how to give colors? So one way you have seen, okay, I can give the color name. like brown and all these things. But beside that, there are other three properties are there. Other three ways to are there to give the color. But even if we are giving by name, so this is known as a named property. How many names are there actually? Are there only 12 names for colors? No, they are not only 12 or 13 names, whatever is there in for color, red, green, blue. All those things, only those things are not there. Okay. So there are actually 140 different color names. 140 different color names. And what are these 140 different color names? So there is a site for that again. So this in that site they will tell about the all the 140 color names. Okay, 140 modern HTML CSS color name. Again, CSS and HTML are governed by the same committee known as W3C committee. It is governed by the same W3C committee. And there, what happens in this happens here, they in again 2015 there was a new version of CSS which is known as CSS version 3K, and they added a lot of colors in it. Earlier there were only 20-30 colors, but now there are 140 color names, and some of them are very good, and some of them I remember also because they are so cool color name. It is not required for you to learn them. Indian red, crimson, red, pink, hot pink, tomato. Tomato is something everyone can remember. Gold, yellow, light golden, or khaki is something which I always remember. Lavender is something I always remember. Plum, all these different color chart use, all these different colors are there. You don't need to remember them, but they are there, and some they are very cool color. So you can give any one of the color name, like brown. Instead of this brown, I will maybe I'll give dark, and it shows me all these things. Okay, dark magenta is a good color. I'll give this dark magenta. Save it, and it is dark magenta is there. So these are the color names. But 140 color names is not complete. 140 color names is way too less. Way too less. And in CSS, in fact, you can give billions of colors. How you can give those billions of color? So there are three ways to give those billions of colors, and those ways are like, let me show. So there is something known as a color wheel. So we can give them through a something known as a color wheel. Color wheel, you can find it on the internet, and I did find this one. So let me make it a bit so bigger because I like it this way. Okay, so this color wheel is there, and there are different color wheels, and you can find it from there are a lot of different color wheels. You can find it from there. Here we will learn about three different ways to give color. One way is known as this hexadecimal. You're seeing this thing, hexadecimal, something like a hex code is there. After that, there are 6 digits are there. Okay, so this is known as hexadecimal system. So what is the hexadecimal system? Hexadecimal is a way to show numbers. First, let us learn what is a hexadecimal number. So like this, decimal is there. Okay, decimal. There are actually three number systems are there. One is like this binary, and this is something which I've learned in 7th class. One is like binary, which is of 0 and 1, which is of base 2. One is like decimal, which we use most of the time, which is of base 10, 0 to 9 numbers, which you all do. And one is of hexadecimal, which is of base 16, which is like 0 to 9 numbers are there, and A to F alphabets are also there. So what happens in hexadecimal, you can have more numbers stored in a computer than you can do with a normal decimal. That's why the CSS team had chosen this as their official thing, hexadecimal number system. But hexadecimal number system is okay, hexadecimal number system is there, but why are there 6 digits are there, and we have to give it with the hash so that the computer can understand it's a hexadecimal number system. Why there are 6 digits? So 6 digits are there because first 2 digit represents red, and second 2 digit represent green, and third 2 digit represents blue. In fact, this is the color code for red. First is FF. FF means complete, and 00 means complete blank of it. FF means complete red, no green, no blue. This is done because human eyes can see only a combination of red, green, and blue color. All the spectrum which as human can see, it's actually a combination of red, green, and blue. A bit of red is more in something, a bit of green is more in something, and we have a new color. So that is like this. So that is known as, so if you want to see the red color is like this. If you want to make it a I want to have some other color. It's not like completely red. I want actually I want a background color, so it is like this. I will choose this thing. Okay, so see this thing, some of it, this one is also there. Okay, so I will, but you don't have to understand all these things, but I'm just telling a theory. It's just like this. And you can get this color from any color wheel. Okay, so this is there. I'm going to have a background color also. We can have a background color of the whole page. I can have a background color that I will give in the body. So I'll come here and give in the body also we can target. Okay, body I will target, and I will give a background color is equal to this hash whatever is this there. So I will save it. Now this pink kind of color has been done. So this is how it is done. Background color is again another property. So this is done, and this is done like this. Okay, so this is done like this hexadecimal. Beside that, we have two other systems also. One is this RGB and one is this HSL system. So what is this RGB? RGB stands for red, green, and blue. Again, the same concept which I told earlier. Human eyes can see red, green, and blue, but it doesn't have any hexadecimal numbers. So first is red, second is green, third is blue, and it is from 0 to 255. So this is like that. Okay, so now we are going to choose this H3 as like this, color as let us choose something darker. Yeah, maybe this one I'll choose, and I'll choose a darker shade like this, and I'll choose this thing. RGB I'll do, save it, and if you come back here, it is like this green color is there. Okay, so the last thing is known as I'll come to this. Last thing is known as the HSL system. HSL stands for hue, saturation, and lightness. Here it is a bit of advanced system, but it is a very good system. In this, what happened? The first one is hue. Hue in Roman means color. So hue is there, which means the color, which consists of everything. Color code is there, which consists of red, green, and blue color code. And this is for saturation. It is like how much white or uh, black is there in a site. And then this is lightness. Okay, so these are in percentage. Again, you don't have to give it by yourself. You can get it from some color wheel. And this thing we are going to, okay, this is a good thing. This thing I'm going to give like this, and HSL, I'll come here, and paragraph I'll give the color as HSL, and then do this, save it, and it will be done like this. Okay, so this is how the color system works. So we are done with the color system. Now we will learn about the fonts in CSS. Okay, fonts in CSS. Fonts are there in CSS just like we have fonts in your doc. We have fonts like in the HTML doc. We have fonts. So we'll see the fonts here. So the fonts, we can go here, and we have something known as a font family. Font family we have to give, and then again the Arial. I'll give Arial. We have a lot of font family: Arial, Helvetica, Sans Serif. We have most of them are there, and I've given this. And in the body I'm giving. So in the body, if you give anything, it will affect everything. Okay, so body I'm giving, I will save it, and see the font just changed to Arial. Actually, font changed to Arial, not to Helvetica or Sans Serif. It always changed to whatever is the first font. This is known as the primary font, and this are known as fallback fonts. Whatever, you can give hundreds of fallback fonts after that also. Why we give this fallback font? Fallback fonts are given because what happens? See what happens here. This all these fonts are been given through the committee, again the W3C, but all these browsers are created by companies, are different companies, like, and browsers are actually very complicated things. They are created by different companies. Like this is created by Google because it is Chrome. Safari is created by Apple. Internet Explorer was created by Microsoft. Was I'm telling, because Internet Explorer is retired by Microsoft. It was one of the baddest browser out there for developers, and that's why it is retired. Then like this Firefox is created by Mozilla and all. So even if you give some fonts, and fonts are actually, there are some other fonts are also there, external fonts are also there. We are soon going to see Google fonts. So if someone else created, sometime what happens in a browser, suppose in the case of suppose Internet Explorer, suppose we see that we say that Internet Explorer is still there. Internet Explorer, suppose Internet Explorer doesn't have the Arial font. Okay, although it will be there, Arial is a very common font. So suppose Internet Explorer doesn't have Arial font, then what will happen when I will see the same thing on Internet Explorer? It will fall back to the second font. Try to find that if Helvetica is there. If Helvetica is also not there, it will try to fall back to sans serif. If sans serif is also not there, it will try to fall back to the whatever is the local font in the Internet Explorer. So it works like that. So that's why we need to give the fallback fonts. Okay, so that is but they are very common font. They will always be there. But now we are going to see about something known as Google fonts. So Google fonts are actually very good nowadays. Nobody uses this common fonts. Everybody are crazy about Google fonts. So because this and Google font, everybody uses either Google font or they buy their own fonts. There are many good sites to buy font also. So Google font has come. And what is so great about this Google font? So they have this nice looking all these fonts which are created by very good artists, and just like you submit your app to the app store, this artist, because artists only create fonts, each one of the alphabets they have to create. So they create and submit it to Google, and then they do whatever they have to do and all this process and all those things. I don't know about that process because this is an artistic field. So they create this and then they put this thing on Google, and Google, as always, Google everything is free, so everything is free here. So and then you can choose any of the font. Maybe this time I always choose a cursive font, but I'm getting this font is very good. So how do you use Google font? You select it, and then you'll go here and you'll have this button, select this style. Then I'll come here, it will be done here. Then I have to click here on this import. Okay, and then I have to copy this thing. So it is telling it is under style tag. So I'll come here and this I will do. Then I have to use it somewhere. So I have to use it in the font family. I don't want to use it in the body. Okay, so I will use it in the font family. Font family I'll do, and here I will like do this thing. It is telling me you have to name it like this, palette mosaic, and it is always, even if there is no space in a Google font, you have to give it in a single quote. That's why how browsers think feel it's a Google font. And then this Helvetica and Arial have to, it's very important to take a fallback font in Google font, because anyways I'm taking it from Google. There might be chances it is not there, although Google is the biggest company of the planet. There might be chances that Apple is also big. Apple doesn't allow it. Okay, so that might be the chances. Okay, so palette mosaic I've done, and fallback fonts I've done, and again that tunnel example is also there, because I'm getting it from the internet. Suddenly the internet is down when my train is entering the tunnel. Then what you will do? Then you have to go to the fallback font. Here fallback font is very much important. So I'll go back here. See, this has been shown like this. Dorum and all these things. All these things it has been shown like this. So that is there, and now okay. So now we'll learn about something known as classes and IDs. Okay. So again, as I've told, I'm not going to not tell much about it. All of these things will be tell in your. Now my playlist is there for CSS. I will send it. So we will see now something known as classes. Okay, classes we are going to see. What is the classes and ID? Suppose I want to see this H1 H3P. I'm taking it like this. This is actually creating a global style. It is not always good to create a global style, because in a same HTML projects, a lot of people works. Same projects. As I told, 10 people works in the same project. I was reading a group of 10 front-end engineers. So 10 people works in the same project. Okay, so it is not that much easy to have these things. If I have a H1, one engineer gives this H1 in one file, one engineer gives H1 in some other style file, and styles, this CSS is global. So if I give a H1 in one file, if I give a H1 in another file, all thing will be means applied to everywhere. So this is not a good thing. So what we do, we have something known as classes and IDs. So we can give any ID, means anything like a thing, we can give it a class name or we can give it a ID. There is a bit difference between them, and we can do it. So I can give a class to this, class to this, class to this. Or there is one more thing, is it is very commonly used, means I suppose I want to group all of these things together. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do a div, and I will put all of this thing inside it, and I will give this div a class of box one, the class of box one. So I don't wanted to select this div. I could have selected this div directly also, but I don't want to give a that kind of style. So I've given it a class of box one. This class is a keyword, but this can be anything. I can use this class here also, here also, here also, to uniquely identify it. Now I'll go here and I will have this box to give the style. So but I cannot use a box directly to give the style directly. I cannot write like this because it's a class. So I have to go here and give a dot here. Classes, you always have to give a dot, and then I will give a background color of light. What is some good color? Lights, light golden, not yellow. Light golden, not yellow. I'll give, and then I'll give a bit of padding. So what is this padding? Padding is something which is like space. Okay, I'll give a padding, one sec. Padding 10 pixel. What is this pixel? Pixel is like a basic units of measurement. Like more pixel you give, the size will increase, like more it will increase. So just I've given, and now I will save. And with this pixel I just came remember one, there is one more important thing. Well, let me do this first. So pixel, like a p, like this padding is something, some space all the way around the element. It is the padding. The pixel, the more pixel you give, the more size will increase. So suppose there's some more properties. Let me tell those property also. Font size, font size is there, which you can give in pixel. So maybe I'll give it 20 pixel and it will increase the size 20 pixels. So like this, more you give the size, more it will increase. So maybe I will give it as a 16 pixel. So it is like this. Okay, so more size will increase, it is like this. And there is something like the font weight is there. By default it is normal. You can give it bold also. I think it is bold only. So bold, it made it a bit bolder. So those things are there. Okay, so this box, I've given this box like this, and background color. So this nice background color have been created around it. So what is this classes? And there is something known as IDs also. So what I'm doing, classes are something which you can use multiple times, one time, two time, or 100 times also you can do. So I'll do this again, and I will make this a bit lesser. I'll make, and then I'll remove this thing, best place to learn CSS. I'll keep this thing and I'll do it. So again this box is created with the same background color and all. Let me have one BR here because this is very close. So it will be, so the same box has been created again with the same design. So the main thing is that this box, this class, this box one is there, which you can use multiple times. So can use multiple times, we can use. So now there is something known as IDs also are there. So what is IDs? IDs are also like classes. You can use them to uniquely identify something. Okay, but the thing is that with IDs, what happens, you can use it only once. So I'll come here, I'll give the ID equal to, okay, ID equal to second p. Suppose this p, second p, I want it to have a different style than this p. So I have given this ID of second p. So IDs are used in a different way than the classes. IDs are used like hash and second p I'll do. And here I want to give it a different style. So let me do one thing. Let me copy this original style. I'm going to change it. First I'm going to change the color. I'll go here. Yeah, so I will change this, and Maybe blue I have not taken much. Blue is okay, and I will make it like this, normal. And I will this is okay, and this is like normal. I'll do, and I will save it, and see it is coming like this normal thing, but it is only targeting thing. I think this is more easy to also use style component. The style component is something related to React, and it is also means CSS only, but it's a different way to give it. I think I have taught a style component in my React workshop, so you can do it. Okay, so this is not React. You can do that thing. Okay, style component can be used only in React. It cannot be used anything else. It is only a React thing. Okay, so that is there. Now the next thing which we are going to do is like let us style a form. Let us style a form, because we should know how to style a form. Forms, as I've told, forms are a very important thing. So let us learn that. Let us learn how to style a form. For that, we have to create a form, and we are going to use this your classes and IDs things we are going to use. So we'll come here, and we'll get a form. Again, we have come a bit down. So what we are going to do here, we are going to have a br and r and br, and again in this same thing I'll have. Inside this, I'll have a form, but this time I will have a form with some classes name, because we are going to style this form. Okay, so form I'm going to have, and in this I'm going to have a class equal to my form. I'm going to have a lot of class name, because that is how you should use this. Okay, okay, that is good. That is good. But class, but you use class selector. Okay, so this is there, and then I will have a div dot form group. I'll have, and inside this I'll have a label. I'll have, and name, have, and then I'll have a input type text. Name is name. I don't want this form. Okay, let this form control be there. I'm going to use this also. So I have a lot of class names like this. Next one will be email, and input type text is or input type email is okay. Input type, or maybe password I'll have, and password input type password is also there. So input type password is I've given. So this is there, and I will give the second attendance form in the next 15 minutes. Okay, by 5:30. So we'll have another. It will be message, and this will be a text area. Text area name is message, and class is there. So but this text area needed to be completed like this. And last thing which we are going to have again is a div, and it will be input type submit. Class is maybe class is button, and this div should also have this form group. So I've used a lot of classes. See, this same class I've used a lot of time. My form I have used it here. Form group I have used at a lot of, all these divs have the form group, and I'm using this div because everything I want it in a different line. This we've done in the HTML also. Then we have this like this form control which is there in this text area. this input type password and input type this. We have this. Now we'll style this thing. This is not like a normal HTML form right now, but we are now going to beautify this thing. So how we are going to beautify this thing? So first thing which you are going to do is the dot my form, and padding is like 20 pixels. So more, so padding is it's like a golden rule. You give padding to anything, it will be having something around it and it will look beautiful. So padding I have given. Then I will choose this form group, because see, although everything is showing in a different line, we have the same problem which we have earlier. See, we need some space here, need some space here. We did it with br there. I can do it with br again, but I don't want to do it with br. We are going to see a much better approach. So like this, my form dot form group is like padding. We are padding, so we are padding bottom also. Only I want some padding at the bottom, so I'll give it 15 px like this. I will save it. Bit of padding bottom will be there. Padding bottom will be there. And I've used something like the my form dot my form control. You can use a class like that also inside this my form, and then inside that I have a form group I'm targeting, because it might be there in the same project there can be hundreds of forms, and some of them the form name will be different. So I want to target only this form, and it can be like this form group is too common. So suppose there is a dynamic form, and in that also the form group is there. So what to do? So we will I will okay, so it is not anyways, this class will not go till 6. It is like at 5:30 and all. So I will give it at around 5:30. So that is there, and so this is done like this. And the next thing is that to beautify it is that I want this name, password, and message to be on its own line. So how to do that? To be on its own line, maybe I can use some br and all, but I don't want to use the br and all. So why they are coming on the same line? In fact, because they are coming on the same line, because label is also an inline element, and this is also an inline element. This password is also inline element. This is also an inline element. So they're coming on the same line. So to change it, what I'm going to use a very good thing. So this name is there. This name is there, password and message, they're all in a label. I want to make them input type block. They are by default input, they are by default, no, not display type block, they're by default display type inline. So how to do that? In css we can very easily do that. I will come here and dot my form label I'll do, and then it will do a display of block I'll do, and it will save it, and it will come in the, all of them will come in the different line. So that is good. So now what I need to do, so there are two things which are remaining here in this form. So one of this thing is that if I write something, it is coming very close. So I want to have some space around it. So for that I have to add the padding, and I want it to expand completely. So now what I'm going to choose, I'm going to choose this dot my form, and there is something in this known as form control. In all of them there is something known as form control. So I'll do this dot form control, and this is like first thing I'm going to give is the padding is like maybe 10 pixel I'll do. So padding has been created around 8. 10 is way too much, maybe 8 pixel I'll do. So the padding is created, and then the next thing which I'm going to do is a width of 100%. And now everything is done. See, now this anything you can type and all these things are been done in one line. Okay, so now it is already beautiful, very much beautiful. Everything is done except the button is not beautiful. So how to make the button as beautiful? So button is like this. No, button I'll do. So I'll come here and do the dot button I'll do. And how to make this thing? Okay, so the first thing which we should do always is like this. Padding is like padding I can give all the way around. There is another way of padding in which we can give something like this 10 pixel and this 16 pixel. What is this 16 pixel? 10 pixel is top down and 16 pixel is right and bottom, right and left. So I made it like this, 10 pixel and 16 pixel. Then I will make this border is looking very ugly, so I'll make this border as none. So border none also you can do, so border will be gone, but now the color is very difficult to see. So let us give the color first. So I'll give the background color as dark blue. I like this color, dark blue. But now the text is gone, so I will have to make the color as white. I want to see the text. And then this there are sharp edges in this button, which is not a good thing. So that is been connected by border radius. There is a property known as border radius, which I'll do 5 pixel. And this is now this, it is like this. So the border radius is gone. And now what I'm going to do, to it is already looking good. So one thing I'll do, this text transform is uppercase. So from here I'm connecting this, and I think everything is looking good here. Okay, so now that is good, you're telling it. Now the thing, as Gopal had told, we have to have something like the hover property. We have to have something like the hover property, because this button is not looking good. See, whenever you see some button, if you hover over it, it changes the color or something, it changes. And it changes the cursor and all. Also cursor, it changes to pointer, so that is done by a pseudo element. So dot button and hover, it is known as hover. And I'll do this, and I'll do the background color as dark magenta. I'll do. And other thing is that um, so I can do, I do a lot of thing here, so let's not do much. So cursor is like pointer, anything you can do here, it will happen. Cursor is like pointer. See, the moment I take it, my cursor is becoming a pointer. So and this tells that you can click over it, and the background color is also changing. So this is how this is done. So now we don't have much time. Actually today we have done a lot of CSS. So then also there is something in CSS which I want to tell, because it is very important to tell, and that is like background. Okay, so uh, images again, it is very important to tell in CSS. So I will come here, and this time I will create a new folder as images. I'll do. Okay. And then before even putting that image, okay, let me put the image first. Reveal in Finder, I'll do. Okay, I have to download the image. I'll download a small image. Okay, 640 into 446. This is very important to know that I have downloaded a small image. Okay, I have downloaded a small image, 640 into 426 pixels. So in Finder, I'll put this here. Then I will change it like this. Now I'll not show the image through the image tag and all. I'll show it through the CSS. One thing to keep in mind, the image size is like 642 and whatever is into 426 something. So first thing is that I will I'm going to make a uh, after this I'm going to have a div image box. I'll have this image box, this dot image box. Empty div I can have, it is not required to have anything here. I can br here, save it. And then this image box I will have like this dot image box, and width is like 800 pixel, and height is like maybe 600 pixel, like this. And border is like 1px solid black. So border is a property through which you can have a nice box around. So 1px solid black is means all way around. So see, a box is been created all in. So now I want to have the image inside it. So what I'm going to have this, I'm going to have this background color. No, not background color, it is background image I have to give. And then I have to give the url I have to give, and then dot images I will give, and then splash.jpg. So this is how the you can use the image directly through the CSS. I am not giving the image with the image tag, so I'll save it. And see, this image will be shown, and image is actually getting repeated because this is a small image and the box is bigger. So how to fix this thing? So to fix this thing, the first thing which I'm going to do is the background repeat is like no repeat. Save it. Now the repetition is gone, but now we have a bigger issue on our hand, because now the repetition is gone, it is even looking much more worst. It is looking so. Now what we need to do, there is a property like a very good property like this background sizes cover, and it will cover the whole of image to whole of the work, and it will cover in a way that it doesn't distort the image. It is very important. It will not distort our image, so this is very important. It will not distort the image, and it is how it is done. Okay, background size cover, and with these three property you can fix any image in the world, a small image, big image, anything can fix anywhere, and it is not pixelated. There is a problem of pixelation also. Okay, so that will not be there. Okay, let me also. So we are done here with this thing, because there is a lot more in CSS. It takes around 5 hours to teach CSS, and not able to do it in this time. So the thing is that we don't have much time for JavaScript also, but I'll give the second attendance form. Okay, then we're going to start with JavaScript. Your second attendance here. Please mark the second attendance here. So second attendance, you can mark it here. So that is done. Now we don't have much time to do JavaScript. Again, takes 5-6 hours to take, and I have this class on the means in the evening. I have this from 8:30 to 9:30 daily, so you can come and attend that. So now the JavaScript basic also takes a lot of time. So it's in fact what I'm going to do here right now. This is something which I teach actually on day 3 of JavaScript, which is like this, the main functionality of JavaScript. So the main functionality of JavaScript is what? To add some logics, add some logic to this thing, add some logic to a form. So this form is there. We are going to add the JavaScript here only, and in this form only we are going to add the JavaScript. Suppose like when you go to Facebook or something, you type something in the name, password, and message, and then you submit it. Then what happens? Then it goes to the backend, but somehow the front end code need to know what the user typed in those boxes. Okay, what the user typed in those boxes is very important to know. So that is done by JavaScript in the front end. That is done before sending it to the backend. So we are going to learn that. In that is, you might see it as a bit complicated topic, but and as I've told, I generally in my JavaScript class I teach it on day number 3. I teach the basics first, and this is how to implement that thing. So we don't have time for the basics, because I generally end the class by 5:40, 5:45. I end the class, so that's why I'm going to quickly do this thing only. And here, what I'm going to do? Okay, okay, 1 minute. So here first thing is that I will going to work on this form. So after this form we will have a unordered list, an empty unordered list of users first, empty unordered list of users, and everything else have a class. Okay, I want to have some different, okay, different IDs here. So all of them should be different, and IDs are used a lot in JavaScript. So I want a different ID here, all of them. So I'll have this ID equal to name. So ID we use a lot in JavaScript. Why? Because we have something I will tell right now. Okay, ID equal to password, and id equal to message. I'm going to have, and class of button is okay. So where to give this JavaScript? JavaScript is always given in a file known as with the extension JS. So, okay, so I can create it with main.js. But as we have done with CSS, we have to import it somewhere. So CSS we import at the start, but JavaScript we always import inside the body at the end. Okay, so and we do it through something known as a script tag, script src main.js. Why do we do the JavaScript at the end? Because JavaScript by default in a HTML CSS scenario, it's a blocking kind of a language. So what will happen till the JavaScript has been loaded, the whole website won't be loaded. If we put it here in the head part of it, and it will make our website very slow, because sometimes JavaScript can be 10,000 lines also, and we don't want. And JavaScript is mainly used to add interactivity to the website. Suppose the website itself is not loaded, so what we are going to do with the interactivity, like that clicking of this button, that is known as interactivity. Okay, so that is there. So that's why we always add this JavaScript at the end with the script tag. So I have done it at the end. Now let us do some uh, DOM program. This is known as DOM programming. Okay, so I have to select all the things which are there in this thing. So this my form is there. So I will select this my form. Okay, so const my form. So these are known as the variables. So document dot query selector. This is like class is there. Okay, so I have to select it. Class are given by dot. Okay, so dot everywhere. So what is this document dot query selector? This is something related which JavaScript gives us, through which we can select anything. This is known as a variable, which anyways this we don't have time to teach this. And this is a variable. This is how we do. You just see how we do this DOM programming. No need to understand this that much. Go through my JavaScript playlist. First 2 days you will understand this thing. So next thing is like this. I want to select all those things. First I've selected the form. Next I want to select whatever the user types in the input box, user types in the password, user types in the message. These three things I want to select. So for that, what I'm going to do, for that I'm going to do a const name input is like this. Name input is document.query selector hash name, because it is known as name. Then the thing will be const pass input. Let me name it pass input is password. Const msg input equal to document.query selector id is message. This is id. This is not a hash. This is a hash. This is a message. Okay, this id is a hash, and then message is there. And we have to select this empty user list also. So this I've done for a reason. I will tell that reason. So const user list equal to document.query selector. It is not user list, it is users, and it is a hash users because it's an id. So that I've done. Now what happened in JavaScript, generally I can have some events, like JavaScript always will see for some events, and all those things will be there. So I will have a listen or form submit. So this my form, I have my form dot add event listener, submit event listener. Submit event listener is what? When we click this submit button, there is a submit event listener will generate, and this JavaScript will continuously listen for it, and on submit will be there. Then I will come here and I'll do the function, and on submit is like I'll do, and I will do, and then so whenever some person will click on this submit button, what it will do, this on submit, this functions are like small chunks of data which is there in every programming language. This will be run. Okay, so again this might be seen a bit complicated if you are just getting into HTML CSS. This all these things are there in the first part of it. Okay, So this has been done on submit. Now what I'm going to do here, as I've told earlier, that by default whenever, okay, but, let me show now also. If I submit it, see that this get refreshed, this get refreshed, because that is the default behavior. I don't want that default behavior which is coming from the PHP world. I don't want that default behavior to refresh it. So what we have to do here, we have to do something known as e.prevent default. I'll do e.prevent default, I'll do. And then what I'm going to do here, and like console.log and name input.value. So name input is something which I have selected, and I can see this in the console. I will inspect it, and there's something known as console, which generally the developer works on this console. So where is my form? In the form, I'll give this name input and I'll submit it. And see, I've not saved it yet, so I'll save it. That's why it got refreshed actually. So I will now do it. See, now some first thing is that refresh didn't happen, and I'm getting this Nabendu Vishwas, whatever I have submitted it here, name input dot value, it is, I'm getting it. It means the name input dot value will give me whatever the user enters a password, pass input dot value will give whatever the password user enters a message input dot value will give whatever the message input dot value will, whatever the message is there when I click on the submit button. Okay, so that is there. So how to get all those things, and I don't want to just show it in the console. And in most of the cases what happens, whenever we type something here and we submit it, it goes to the backend, but we don't have any backend logic right now. So I just want to show it below, show it below here. I want to show it below, and that was the reason I created this empty UL, because JavaScript is very powerful. I can create list item also inside it with JavaScript. So let us do that. So suppose this is there, and then I will write const li. So I'm creating an li is like document.create element li. Then I will have a const text node. I will have another const text node equal to document.create text node, name input dot value, password input dot value, and image input dot value. This is a way to take the string. This also I teach in my JavaScript class. This is a way to take the string name input dot value, password input dot value, and image input dot value. I'm creating a text node here, and then what I'm going to do is like this user list dot append child, this user list, which is the ul dot append child li. So it means this in li I am putting that use this li I'm appending it to the ul. And what does this statement does? This statement take a text and put it inside the li. So if I save it, and if I no, I don't want to inspect it, I just I will do inspect it, okay, later on. So password also I do something, and this is a message I'll do, and I will submit it. Okay, it is not taking it. Okay, it's not taking it because I have not done one more thing here. One more thing is missing. It is like li dot append child. This text node I have to append it here, and from here this is, see, this is coming here. Okay, so this is coming like this, everything is coming, and but even after submitting, this is there. This is again not a good user experience. I should remove all this. I should clear the field. Okay, I should clear elds clear field, and it is like name input dot value is like this, password input dot value is like this, and msd input dot value is like this. Save it. Now I will show it here again. This is a message submitted, and this, see, this is removed and this has been done. And then I'll do a milk submitted, and it will do it. So if I right click and see it, inspect it, I can see all the HTML also. So what HTML was created? See this, in this index of HTML I have only this user ID or ul of ID users, and with this what happens, first a li got created, then a text node got created, and then with this statement I put that text node inside the li like this. I put the text node inside the li and like this. Okay, and what happened after that, that all the li I have put it in the ul, means or not each of the time I'm creating the submit button, so that is put inside the user list with this thing. So this is how a very simple JavaScript thing I've told. So there are a lot of other things in JavaScript and all. So we, as I've told, the CSS class was already taken and the JavaScript class was already taken. And please, if you're not yet submit, subscribe. Please do subscribe. I hope I have given something good today. Okay, so if you come to my site, I will actually. Please do subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. Okay, so let me also give my site link. I think hope of you, most of you are seeing it here, so please subscribe here. And I was going to give some playlist because see, and this is something which I want to do today. Live class we saw, one person got the job because following this channel. So live stream classes to make you a highly paid web developer, that is what I want you to become. Okay, so I was telling some playlist was there. So see, I do a lot of things like this. Redux Essential was just completed. See, React Essential, JavaScript Essential, CSS Essential, March. It is written March because I do it every month. Okay, so I'll give two playlists. So because these playlists are already done for this month, and next live stream will be done on next month only, means on 4th of April. So it is not that much soon. So if you want to learn CSS and all those things, please go and learn from here. Okay, so this is a CSS beginners to beginner to advanced playlist, and those who want the complete playlist how to become a web app developer, they can also connect with me. And this is the JavaScript beginner to advanced. Yeah, so JavaScript beginners to advanced, this is the other playlist. So please go through them if you want to learn. And today we are, so hope you learned something good from here. So please do like it. Please do give a thumbs up if you learned something. Please do connect with me on other platform. I think Abdul have already given the other platform to connect. So please do connect with me through LinkedIn. LinkedIn is my main platform, as you might have seen that I have done a lot of LinkedIn thing, and LinkedIn has, because of LinkedIn I who I am today, because LinkedIn has given me a lot of opportunities. Please do connect me on LinkedIn. I'm very active there. And the other thing is please do like and subscribe if you have liked it. So please do like and subscribe. Hope you have filled both the attendance form to get the certificate. Me and my team work on a full scale to give the certificate by tonight only. So after this class is ended, we'll go into our service mode, and we have to get a lot of certificates, all those things, and all those things were needed to be created. And by night, I think you will get the certificate. Okay, so thank you all. So that thanks Ruvam that you learned a lot about HTML and CSS. Please do follow the channel, and please do come on this. I do only live streams on the channel nowadays because those days are gone. Anyways, earlier also I used to do only live streams only because I have not recorded a video in a long time on my channel. So this is like this. Everything is live stream here, and the thing is that the live stream is daily. So only on Sundays there is no live stream. So that is their daily, Monday to Friday, 8:30 p.m. IST to 9:30 p.m. IST. The live stream is there, and the other live streams are like this live stream is the biggest live stream. So okay, so thank you all, and yeah, thanks Shubham too for subscribing. Please do tell your friends and your college mate also about this channel so that they all can get benefit from it. Okay, so thank you, and we'll meet on Monday. And Monday I'm going to do React Native beginners to advanced. So those who plan to go learn a bit about mobile development, app development, and this is completely based on React. So okay, so if you don't know React, go. I have a React playlist also. Go to the React playlist. After CSS and JavaScript, go through that React playlist. Okay, and then you come to that React Native, because React Native is 90% React, and you will love it. You'll love it because it's so easy to make cross mobile platforms, cross mobile applications. Okay, so do come. React Native next week, Monday to Friday is React Native, 8:30 p.m. IST. Okay, and do stay in my groups, some of my WhatsApp group, or on my LinkedIn channel and LinkedIn, because I keep on posting there. Or else how you know, or keep subscribe to my channel on YouTube and hit the bell icon. Some bell icon is there. You can get whatever I'm doing. Okay. Thank you all. So yeah, you will love it. Love the playlist of React. Okay. Do the playlist of React. Sure. Okay. Thank you. Bye all, and we'll meet.